cosmic soldier. Give me space and I'm in a good place. Very serious, mysterious, mind makes right. In for the fight. Starlight out on low. Starlight out on low. Starlight outlaw, cosmic soldier. Give me space and I'm in a good place. Very serious, mysterious, I make right. In for the fight. Starlight outlaw. Starlight outlaw.
What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Please like and share the stream. I guess we're gonna get into it because I mean the title of the show is telling. The Panelverse is mobilizing. Because there is some retarded bullshit going on, and I'm gonna give my honest, self-important opinion about this shit that's going on with Sarah, the Crucible, Andrew. Well, I don't really care about Andrew. My main focus is Rob and Sarah, right? Because the Crucible and Andrew, they're gonna do what they're gonna do, but I don't want to hear them talk shit about numbers when they go after Destiny. Like, they want to talk about small, irrelevant channels, but yet they hound and bug the shit out of Destiny. What's Destiny's sub count up? 8 million? The Crucible's what, half, like a quarter of a million? 200 and something thousand? Like, I don't even like leftists. I love how the Crucible is calling me a leftist, and I'm like probably more right wing than their fucking Big Daddy fascist. I'm sorry, is that not his name anymore, Andrew? The mob mentality is kind of retarded, but for comedy and for content, it's funny, and I'm gonna play it up. But I've had people reach out to me, more than one, and most of them it seemed like veiled threats. Do you really want to go after Andrew, or do you really want to go after Rob? Do you really want to go after Crucible? Now, one of them asked that, and it was a legit question of people, if someone I respect and like, and I've had a long conversation with them. And I get where they're coming from. They don't want to see any bullshit between larger and smaller creators and the right. And I totally agree with that. But if people are going to talk shit on my friends and people that have helped me, of course I'm going to talk shit back. So, but I try, anybody who watches my stuff and the loyal viewers know that I try to be as non-biased as possible, even when I'm involved. So, that being said, I'm going to play my part in all of this on stream. We're gonna go over it. Let me find out which tab it is. Oh yeah, okay, here it is. Here it is. I believe this is it. This is what I said to Rob. Now, and I preface this. I don't know Rob. Crab in his video yesterday said that he thought that I would have watched Rob more than I watched Dusty or more than I watched anybody else. I don't know. I didn't know who Rob was before his first debate on Sarah. Like, I knew the Crucible because I saw Andrew on shorts on Facebook. And I used to be a white nationalist, and a lot of those people went over to the Crucible when they started converting to Orthodoxy. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I don't. I find it weird that people who talk a lot about numbers and smaller channels and them being irrelevant go after people with 8 million subs. It's almost like you're wanting to call someone a parasite on you, but you're a parasite on someone else. Parasitism is parasitism. And I'm not going to talk shit on people who do business with anybody, because my big take before I get into it, my big take that's probably going to piss a lot of people off. I like Sarah, but I've maintained that it's always a business owner's right to do with their business what they want. And if Andrew no longer wanted to work with Sarah, it's his complete right to not work with her and to fire her. Now, the talking shit to her and yelling at her on a public stream is retarded and could have been handled better. But Andrew is completely in the right to fire and decide who he wants to do business with. It's his
I'll be
complete
right
right.
back.
It's his complete right. And that's my honest take as far as Andrew goes and all this, unless he's like super wants to talk shit on smaller creators. But like from a business perspective, I get it. And I don't have a problem with it. And to further clarify why I don't have a problem with it, you had two employees fighting very publicly and very openly. Fair thing would to be fire them all, but Andrew Rob Norr is my best motherfucking friend, motherfucking Rob Norr Wilson. Let there be known that there is a bias, and that's his right as a person to have a bias. So he decided to get rid of somebody who he viewed did not fit the company culture, did not fit the shit. And people can say, "Oh, she wasn't an actual employee; she was a contractor, or she just did work." Either way, he severed ties financially and from and all the ways, right? That's his complete right, and it is what it is, right? I'm not gonna speak shit on that because that's his business, and he can do what he wants. And I've said that about businesses in general for the longest. So I don't have a dog in that fight. As far as talking about Rob motherfucking Norr, the international renowned listed debater, that's fucking retarded. If he was an internationally renowned debater, we wouldn't have we wouldn't have seen the shit we've seen on the Trippy Cast. If you're an internationally renowned debater and you can't handle Ryan, the radical fucking coder, like even me, and I don't debate. I don't debate. Even me, I run Ryan round and around and around and bully him. Speaking of me, the reason that I brought me up and when it comes to Ryan, and I like Ryan, I do think he's a scumbag leftist, a little bit of a rat, but I like Ryan. There's something endearing about Ryan. I don't typically do these things, but for those of you in the know, me EOD was in Crab's video yesterday, pounding his chest about Rob Norr being the best motherfucking debater on the face of the planet. So I told EOD when EOD said, "Would you debate him?" "I don't think you will." I said, I immediately, before he could even get the "I don't think you will" part out, I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely, I'll debate Rob Norr." So, because I have friends that are tangentially related to the Crucible, like I wouldn't say EOD, but like I wouldn't even really say friends. I have people that I like hanging out with because I'm slowly but surely learning that on this internet shit, you can't really call people friends. So that may be something that Emmett's right, but y'all know that I fuck with Emmett, I fuck with Abe, I fuck with Grid, and I really like their company. I like talking to them. I fuck with Grumple. I think Grumple's also associated with that squad or on that side of things, right? But my thing is, and I told EOD, I will gladly debate this man, and I'll tell you what, I'll show Rob Norr what a real debater is, even if I have to take the side of something I don't agree with. I will actually debate it in good faith. Now we were talking about the rules, and I'm not going to show our DMs. I'm going to reference them. Me and EOD were trying to set up this debate between me and Rob, and today it was a complete bust because I don't want a biased moderator. I don't want somebody who's connected to the Crucible or in favor of the Crucible. I want as neutral as a moderator as possible, or dual moderator, somebody that would be on the panelverse side, or somebody that would be on the and somebody that would be on the Crucible side. And I even talked to Abe about this and told Abe that I would like either him or Emmett to moderate if I could not get a dual moderator or a completely neutral. That yeah, no, Emmett, me and EOD already talked about it. And I talked to Abe about it. I'm fine with either you, and I told Abe last night I'm fine with either you or him doing it if we can't get a fully neutral moderator, because I trust y'all enough to moderate and be fair, and because I fuck with y'all. And that brings me to a point about this whole, like, I like shit talking and rage baiting, and I'm going to continue to do so. But my issue is people taking sides and wanting to shut other people out. That's kind of gay. It's not even kind of, it really is gay. And that's why I maintain that it's good to stay an independent creator. And that's why I will stay independent, because I like Dusty. I like the Panelverse. I'm going to back people who back me. The Panelverse back me. But in my conversation with a couple of people in good faith about this, who are on the side of the Crucible, who are also Panelverse, the whole Panelverse is not Team Sarah. Some people are Team Crucible or Team Andrew or Team Rob. And I'm not afraid to call somebody out regardless of whose fanboy and daddy and daddy they are. I think Rob did a very shitty showing in that debate. As someone who shares 80 to 90% of his viewpoints, I could have called him out better, and I maintain that. I could have called him better and spoken to him like a gentleman. But man, I was so fucking angry at the way it was handled, then the doubling and tripling down. And fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. And yeah, I was gonna point that out, but I didn't want to bring you up because I was over at Grids when that happened, when you said it was dumb, and then Crucible Bros wanted to talk mad shit to you, and Grid had to tell them leave the women alone. And I respect, that's why I fuck with Grid, because Grid, even though he puts business first, he's still a real nigga. Like, he should pull up to DebateCon in the Grid Mobile, which is a golden chariot pulled by E-Hose. I stand by it. Whether Grid likes me after this show or not, and fucks with me after this show or not, I like everyone who I like, and everyone I don't, I still don't like them, so fuck off. But like, yeah, no, and the panel's pinned if anybody wants to hit the link and give their opinion. But this is me stating mine, and I'm gonna stay with the Panelverse on this. Not lost, you're the opposite of a G. All right, Grid's got a stable of hoes. You're just jealous. I maintain that somebody needs to Photoshop two things: Grid in a Caesarian in a Caesar pose on a golden chariot pulled by a stable of e-hos, and somebody needs to do a Grid with the Grid's voice with the Hank Hill. I am the Mac Daddy of Tennessee, and this is my hood. But I'm gonna stick with those who stick with me, and the people in the Panelverse. And this is what sucks, because the people in the Panelverse, regardless of what side they're on, has mentored me and helped me with my channel. And that's what sucks about all this. And like, I stand 10 toes down on the spirit of what I was saying, and even what I said to Rob, but the thing is, it could have handled better. And my point in even saying all that is everyone in this situation, from the top to the bottom, from bottom to top, could have handled it better. The people at the bottom, like myself, could have called in and actually spoke right. Rob and Flo didn't have to be disingenuous to each other, because make no mistake, they were both disingenuous to each other. They're like, from what I see, they're trying to make it out like Flo is the only disingenuous one, but no, Rob also deceptively edited his shorts. So they both could have done better, and Andrew could have handled the firing of Sara better. Sara, I didn't see her being an unfair mod. I feel like the Crucible's wanting special treatment, but the accusations that are being given, because I didn't see them, doesn't mean they're not true. And if Sara did do what they are claiming was done, and she showed bias to the left when they were modding for Rob, I can understand why they feel betrayed. So it's like the whole situation from top to bottom, bottom to top could have been handled better, and it shows the maturity level that we all have, and we all need to be better on that. I mean, I don't think Andrew's a man child. I think that some of the people that follow him are man children. Like, they attack Kat for no reason, calling her a stupid woman. Like, that shit has to be grating for people like Grid when it happens in his chat, because it's grating for me witnessing it. Like, I don't like that shit. Like, I don't mind misogyny. I don't mind saying women belong in the kitchen, but just randomly attacking women, calling them stupid whores or stupid bitches for no reason at all, tell them to shut up, calling them feminists, is retarded. Not laws. I get called a leftist by the Crucible people because I don't agree with Rob, and I'm further right than Rob. Like, way further right than Rob. So, like, it is. Cat do be having a simp army, Emmett. That is true. Cat do be having a simp army. You know. Yeah, two wrongs don't make a right. But the thing is, yeah. And hold on. Shit behavior over the fighting of others is very foolish, in my opinion. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, my personal take in it, I'm not fighting over anyone else's shit. I don't like that. I don't like that somebody with my side, on my side, that I agree with, like 90 up to the 90 percentile, pulled a baby Huey and bitched out and conceded to the left. Andrew's whole fucking stick is not one step back. But yet this motherfucker refused to fucking debate. And you can, and it is pure cope. I don't care who I respect, who I like, who I fuck with. If you say him bouncing was anything other than him conceding and losing that debate and being a baby Huey, that is fucking cope. Now, nobody, and I say that, and I strongly stand on it, because this was not a formal debate. In his own goddamn title, he put Bloodsport debate. In his own title. In a blood, and there's a lot of cope coming from the Crucible crew that in a blood sport it's supposed to be a formal fucking some type of formal debate. No, it is verbal. It is verbal boxing. Talk over each other. You act an ass. The moderator is there to moderate very little. If it's to the point that they're just screaming and you can't hear anything from anybody, yeah, then the moderator steps in. That was not happening. Ryan was just simply talking over him. And it is what it is. They weren't yelling, screeching, and people could still understand what was being said. Ryan simply cut him off, and he didn't like it. Don't do a blood sports debate then. Don't agree to a blood sport debate. That's not cope, Mister. A blood sport debate, you talk over each other, you cut each other off. It's literally verbal boxing. Do not agree to a blood sport debate if you cannot handle a blood sport debate. Plain and simple. Rob couldn't handle it. The great moderator, the greatest moderator of our time, could not handle Ryan the radical fucking coder in a blood sport debate. You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree, bro. You don't have to like it, but it's not cope and it's fact. And by saying it's cope, by pushing back, saying that it's blah 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 blah, it's not doing Rob any favors. You don't have to agree with me. But the simple, it's not even what Easy calls it, bro. It's what the blood sports have been since 2016. Since before Easy. But like, you know, I agree, Angry Snowman. It is a bunch of people acting like, because if Rob had witnessed someone acting this way, they would be calling people out. It's retarded. Like, absolutely retarded. And people like Kat, who are saying, I like both sides, why are people being retarded, get called dumb bitches and treated like shit. And like, that type of shit is uncalled for in all of this. The thing is, getting back on topic a little bit. Me and EOD's conversation about the we agreed to try it with two moderators. I picked Joe Cool and he picked himself. And the reason I picked Joe Cool is because if EOD tries to be biased, Joe Cool will call him on it. And Joe Cool will call me if I say something dumb. He'll call out Rob if Rob says something dumb. Joe Cool has good questions. Now, and EOD accused me of wanting it to be a 2v2, and I'm like, yeah, it'll turn into a 2v2 if you try to be biased. Because Joe won't let you do that, and he'll start arguing with you. But that's not my intention. The thing is, it seems like EOD wants me to go into enemy territory with a bias mod, and like he still hasn't told me if it's a formal debate. He hasn't told me if he wants a formal debate or a blood sport debate. I'm assuming a formal debate. But and apparently now I guess it's canceled. I sent EOD the invite to the stream like before I went live, so because I was going to talk about this. And I don't want to just be a biased douchebag and give my own perspective and poison the well in this, because I don't know what EOD was thinking exactly. I know what he said. Like I said, I'm not going to share complete DMs. I'm just going to reference it and talk about it a little bit. But and to be fair, EOD did say from the get-go he didn't think Rob would go for the dual moderator thing, but then he said he would try. And then today I got a message just saying fuck that. Like, he didn't even, like, he insinuated he didn't even ask Rob. He was just saying fuck that because I want it to be a 2v2. I'm like, motherfucker, if I wanted it to be a 2v2, I would have just said, hey, let's do a 2v2 instead of I will debate him. So oh yeah, no, I think that would have been the case as well. That's the problem with fandoms, is you have a bunch of pick-me people who act a certain way because they want attention, or or they actually aren't fans of Rob or Andrew and they want to cause problems to begin with. So, I mean, you don't really know. You just can go by what they say and how they act.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Do you think, now this is just my perspective or whatever you want to call it.
Hold on one second. No, we are not leaking DMs. Leaking DMs, doxing, that sort of thing is gay. That's why I won't actually show the DMs, but I will reference what me and EOD was talking about, because me and EOD did talk about this debate publicly. So it's not like it was some secret project. Go ahead, Chuck.
Oh, what I was going to say was, to me, this all started because of the persona that, hey, I'm this great person, therefore you must bestow upon me a greater what's the word I'm looking for? Not kiss my ass, but you got to run interference or do things my way because I've graced your show with my presence mentality. And
Well,
this has happened a couple of times in the last month that I saw. And it was turned into a form of flexing that the moderator decided, I'm not kowtowing. This is just a show that's always run this way, so I'm not changing things up just to satisfy you. And from there it went south.
well, I'm willing to listen to the Crucible crew when they say that she was biased, because there's always that possibility. I don't watch Sarah. I watch Flo when he streams on Sarah's. I like Sarah. I've joked with her on Flo's panel, but I don't watch Sarah's all that often. I've gone up there maybe a couple of times over the past 6 months since I started my channel, and yeah, no, selective enforcement of a rule is dumb, and I agree with that. And if that's what happened, it shouldn't have happened. And my thing is, your response will always be the best. Well, come up here and give your response, Peso Man. I started calling Emmett Peso Man. I don't know why. He said something about pesos he said something about pesos a couple of days, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, Peso Man. That's not a disrespectful term, by the way. It's a term of endearment.
I thought he
fuck
was
with the homies.
Teeny Taco or something like that. He was going by.
I have no idea. I'm Dylan Dolan. You know what? You know what? Man. Fair enough. If anybody hasn't been to Emmett's channel, y'all need to go check it out. If I can get a mod to drop the link, because his fucking karaoke shit is peak. By the way, nobody go on there and clip the last karaoke show of yours truly, please. That would be very embarrassing. Actually, go do it because it was funny. I like my William Shatner spoken word. It's a raining men. Hallelujah. Yeah, somebody paid for me to sing "It's a Raining Men." Like Crab mentioned it. I said I flew too close. Oh, you private it? Damn.
I'm sure that clip's for sale.
You gotta get it live. That's a good grift, though. You gotta get it live.
And
Ochi, what are you left or right?
This has gone. This has gone way out of hand now. I'm seeing.
I agree.
I'm seeing the serious players starting to dogpile. This is
the people who actually matter in all this are starting to. It's delving out of the realm of content into the realm of fuck you. Haha, no, fuck you. And I will only participate in that if I'm attacked. That's my stance. I will only participate in that if I'm attacked. I stand 10 toes down on anything I say seriously. Like my conversation with Rob, I do admit that I could have handled it better, but like I said, I'm angry with people on my side fucking running away from angry coder, bro. Like fucking from radical coder. Like it infuriates me. It infuriates me. It makes me angry. Like whatever. Anyway, let me read some of these contents. So let's see. Emmett says you got to get it live. OTW wants to know, what are you, left or right? It depends. Economically, I'm a centrist. There are some left-wing policies economically that I think benefit the nation. I'm a pragmatist. What benefits the nation and the people, I'm for. But when it comes to culture, and it comes to laws, and it comes to regulating said culture, I am extremely ultra nationalist right wing. Like closed borders all the way. The only marriage that is acceptable is straight marriage. There are only two genders. I am for gender roles. Like ultra right wing when it comes to culture. Like I think barefoot and pregnant again is the place of a woman, not even in the kitchen. Right? I can cook my own food. She needs to be pumping out my babies. That's my honest to God take. Now, let's see. Anyone who is showing preference on moderating for whatever reason, Lauren, I'm sure even if I'd done it, but it is where we all need to improve. Correct. Moderation should be as impartial as possible. And that's why when it comes to the debate that EOD and I are trying to set up, I really, really, really want somebody that is not Panelverse or Crucible. I want to try to find a non-biased person as possible, but I don't think that debate is going to happen because I think EOD bit off more than he could chew, and I don't think Rob even wants to waste his time debating me. And I'm not going to pull the whole Rob is scared, because that's obviously not true. But the challenge is out there at any time. Like, I'm not going to do that stupid shit. Rob is 3-4 times my audience.
Everybody's in their fee-fees right now, so you're not going to get anybody to agree to anything at the moment.
Abe, I don't think your comment is a dig at all. I trust you as being one of the most genuine people on YouTube. I think would be you, Grumple, NPC the game, and I mean that's Emmett. I think is pretty genuine, but I'm talking about like people who cover politics, right? And I think as far as people that cover politics, I think that's about the only ones that are genuine that I know of. That haven't pulled any fuck shit on anybody. That hasn't, been disingenuous and fucked with people. Like, I think that's the list. And that's why when EOD asked me, I said, oh, well, Joe Cool. I think Joe Cool is pretty genuine. I think that he just likes to argue, so he's likely to pull fuck shit. And it's even fuck shit that he doesn't agree with just because he wants to argue. So that's why I don't add Joe to that list, but I think Joe Cool is pretty genuine as well. I don't think Ryan made anyone but Rob look bad. I'm gonna be real with you. He got Rob to rage quit. And that's if I have to die on that hill, I'll die on that hill. Because at the end of the day, I love all of y'all, but if y'all ain't my core audience, y'all ain't in my Discord, I ain't streaming for y'all. I love working with y'all. I love having fun with y'all. But I got my core audience. And I'll grow from there, and I'll work with those people. Yo, what's up, Ike? Have you been paying attention to what's going on in the Panelverse, good sir? Because I know you're not. I know you're very genuine. You're just not a streamer on politics. But I know that if you've been paying attention, you would have a pretty nuanced and non-biased take. Why are you annoyed, Lauren? Constantly over talking a debater is a bad look, no matter who does it. If it is a traditional debate, Rob agreed to a blood sport. He even put it in his own title. Yeah, I mean, like, no. OTW, you are a flat earther, sir. I do not want you to moderate any debate. When you can moderate the circumference of the planet, then I'll be okay with you moderating a debate. I don't think that you're a bad person, but I wouldn't want you moderating a debate. Because but Rob and I are actually both right wing. So I don't know. And I'm just fucking with you, by the way, OTW. Let's get into this and like I I don't know. I just fuck with you. I was told. Oh, hello, Ike. Speak of the devil.
He's jalapeno.
Welcome, Mike.
How's it going, Chuck? Yeah, shout out. I'm just here to hang out. Got work to do, working through the night. And I heard your question regarding me knowing what's going on in the panelverse and all that kind of stuff. We're just kind of hovering through and seeing this and that. I don't really see anything different. You know what I mean? It's just, it's debaters, douchebag here and there saying this, saying that. Maybe as the night goes through here, I may chime in regarding A, B, or C, but I don't really think there's much relevancy that I have to this aspect of things, right? So I'll just shut up for the most part.
Fair enough. And anybody can come up, Mister. I would appreciate you coming up if you. And this ain't a shot. If you're that opinionated, I would appreciate you to come up and discuss it on panel instead of staying in chat. And I actually think that Andrew is sort of like Paul, because they have a lot of the same mannerisms and sayings and acting. I agree with the people that said that over the past couple of days. The difference is Andrew's smarter, not fucking insane, and actually capable of enacting social change. And he's also like not retarded, but the narcissism and the self-importance, yeah.
And he's more business related, Andrew is.
Well, that's why I said he's more overall intelligent, more overall capable. To be honest. But let's this is Trippy's take on this is from Trippy's show. This is his take on the situation as he saw it. So I want to make sure we watch that.
Okay.
Because a lot of people have been asking, how does Trippy feel? Has Rob apologized to Trippy? Some people have been saying he has. As of, I believe, yesterday night, because this was the Trippy cast, I think, from yesterday night, this is what he said. From his own mouth. Like, I'm not trying to put words, I'm not trying to poison the well. This is what he said. Welcome, Dollar Man. Welcome. I'll call you Dollar Man instead of Peso Man. How about that?
Oh, yeah. Now I'm Dollar Man? Okay, I agree with that.
Dollar Man.
Yeah, I'm a dollar. Give me the dollar. Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna give you my take real quick. You've been on my channel, so I think it's good to be.
Do you want to be full screen for that?
No, we can just be here, and then I'll give you the full take, and then we can move forward. So, yeah, I don't think my full take is this. There have been a couple of instances where Rob Norr has felt disrespected, specifically by Sara. He was pretty much stating that he didn't want to be in the open panels anymore because of that. I don't know how exactly the whole thing happened. He thought that pretty much Flo and he were okay after the whole small fight they had during the week, and I don't think they both read the room correctly, especially Rob. I think they were just gonna have like some kind of debate, and I don't think they understood what exactly they were talking about when they were talking about blood sports debate either, because the blood sports debate is it's kind of an old term and has been moving around in what it actually means. So my I've been critical of Rob when it comes to the whole thing. I don't think he should have accepted, and if he accepted, I don't think he should have not engaged like he did. I think he was pretty much justified because, especially Cooper, fucking Ryan, he's a retard, and he doesn't have any kind uh, of decency when it comes to even debating. Right? He will filibuster
I'll
and
grant that. I'll grant
start spurging out on you. And if you actually see when Robert got pretty much super mad, is he was trying to give a point after the 1v1, and he was interrupted like 4 times by Ryan saying the exact same fucking thing every fucking time. So he went up, he said one thing, Rob started to speak, and the other guy just went on. It happened like 2 times, and he was like, I'm done with this shit. And his reasoning is not that bad. His reasoning was, well, if they can just go ahead and do whatever the fuck they want in the debate, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want in the debate. And if that is blood sports and it's just do whatever the fuck you want, then why can't I just not engage and just tell me when I can go, and the moment I can go, I'm gonna pretty much troll these fuckers, right?
Well, the thing is, you do, if you're doing a blood sport, you do have, because Rob could have, if Rob would have just left and let people would have just said he rage quit, If he would have just left, I would agree with you. If he felt disrespected and absolutely just said, okay, guys, I'm not going to participate in this fuckery. Either let me speak or I'm gone. That's not, in my eyes, that's not an ultimatum. That's actually how he should have handled it, instead of like disrespecting the shit out of Trippy. Because Rob fucked up where he talked about his obligation was to be there. No, your obligation was to participate in the blood sport debate in good faith. And blood sport debate good faith is different than regular debate good faith. If Ryan is over talking him, when Ryan is doing his points, Rob is completely justified in doing it back to Ryan. And that's the thing. That's the thing. And Ryan, of course, is going to do victory lap after victory lap about this. And well, he's going to think he's right.
Like, for example, I will never debate Ryan, but it's because we had like 3 debates planned, and every single time when we planned the debate, he pretty much said, yeah, I'll go back, I'll get back to you with the confirmation, and he never did. And the reason why is because he thinks, 1, he doesn't want to debate me because he's a fucking retard, and 2, because he doesn't believe he can. I don't even think he can. He believes he can have a good debate with me, because there's nothing we can say to each other that's going to change anybody's mind when it comes to debate in general. Like, our worldview is so opposite to each other that there's no way.
I haven't debated him, but I've dog walked him every time we've talked, and it's funny.
Well, yeah. I know what you mean, and I agree, but there's no reason for me to ever agree to a debate with him, because I know he's completely bad faith in the way he approaches it. And the 2 times we put a date on the debate, he pretty much ran away from it at the end of the day. So it's a stupid idea for me to go on and be like, yeah, I'm gonna have the debate with this fucker. Like, no.
That's why I really don't debate. I have discussions. That's why I don't debate, because a lot of these people, they don't want to debate. They just want to tell you their views. And this question right here from Abe, this statement from Abe, the question is, what does Bloodsport debate mean to each person who was in that debate? And that's a fair thing. I think that we should all realize that Bloodsports is basically Thunderdome for words. And I think that's
the way that I see Bloodsports is not that you can just go over the top with each other. One of the reasons why the Kumite started losing audience and pretty much people around, and people started moving towards other kind of more regulated debates, was precisely because of that. That you go in, you say 2 words, and the other guy just starts spurging out and screaming. That was pretty much a point where nobody wanted to see that at the end of the day. And when you go and see like the old Kill stream, even though Ralph is now lolcow, at one point when he actually moderated, he was like, hey, can we stop? Don't do that. And he will kick people off panels. He will be...
somebody spurging out is different than interrupting somebody. I agree with, if somebody's spurging the fuck out and destroying the content and just destroying the debate, of course, I didn't see Ryan do that. I saw Ryan interrupt and say his point. Now, the problem with that debate in general is Trippy was the one that was hosting the debate, but it wasn't him being the moderator. Nova Star did not have any power in his stream, or she did not have keys, so she could not put Ryan down. She even jumped in to try to. And Flo was right saying bad mod, even though Nova was trying her best to regulate the debate and shut Ryan up. She shouldn't have done that. Trippy should have given her keys.
Well, I don't think, in general, I don't think Trippy did anything bad. I agree, and Rob has said that specifically. I can say this: Rob didn't have any way to communicate with Trippy, and today he made an announcement asking if somebody could give him a contact. Now I can confirm that I give him the contact information, so there should be some kind of contact between them in the future. So he didn't apologize directly to him. He didn't apologize directly to him, but he was apologetic, at least in both his streams, both his streams yesterday, including the one today. And I obviously I'm not Rob's mom or anything like that. I just provided the contact information. That was my involvement on it, and I know he received it.
Based. But that's the thing. I think that's why I didn't catch a lot of criticism for what I said to Rob from Andrew in the Crucible, even though it was extremely harsh, because he did kind of fuck up in the debate, and it did kind of make people with his views look bad. But it could have been on my end. It could have been handled better.
I was in that panel for like 5 minutes, right? And there are reasons why I left. One, I want to see what happened on my own. And two, I didn't want to be there. It's that simple. It's like, I realized immediately that there was nothing good that could get out of that panel.
Are you talking about the Dusty panel, or are you talking about the Rob Norr
panel
or the Trippy?
No. That I was in the Dusty at the aftermath when, I don't know if you remember. I didn't say much. I pretty much said nothing because I was trying to understand what the fuck was going on, and then when I realized what was going on, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get away from this, in this side, and I'm gonna go on and figure it out on my own and I'm gonna have like my own opinion, and I'm not gonna be part of any dogpiling, because I do have, even if I'm not adjacent to the Crucible, I'm adjacent to Greed, and Greed is
people who are adjacent to the crew. Well, the thing is, like, I don't mind people having their biases. Like, if I can't find a completely neutral mod, like I told EOD, I'm fine with either you or Abe. And I even told EOD, the reason I even put Abe over you is because I think that you're busy with the shit you do for Grid and the streaming that you do. So, I mean, either one of y'all would be fine.
There's a reason why we put Abe above right now, and he's monetized, so there can be super chats and other kind of things that can be done in the channel, and it's easier for everybody to to grift a little bit and to get something out of this besides a simple conversation. My channel is a little bit more complicated because I'm not monetized yet, right? But at the end of the day, I would say that I know for a fact that Abe would be a neutral moderator, and I can give you my word that I would be a neutral moderator as well if you want to do it. I have no I have no problems with doing that, even though I do have certain biases.
Well, the thing is, like, that's my thing. I don't want to potentially have another blow up where it fucks over anybody's business connections. It causes even bigger of a schism as well. And my thing is, I just want to know the guy can debate in good faith at this point. Not even good faith, can debate without running away. And like, I'm good with it being a formal debate. If I have to see it as a formal debate instead of a blood sport, are we even define what a blood sport is and set out a new paradigm or a new narrative for what it is?
For me, blood sport is you can go below the belt, right? That's Bloodsport. You can bring personal shit. You can say pretty much anything about the other person and about yourself as long as you know what the fuck you're saying, right? If you're gonna be calling somebody, for example, me, I have been called as not a simp, an incel. I've been called an incel for the longest time on this space, and most of the time I give a shit, right? It's like shit, call me whatever the fuck you want. You don't know me, and I don't owe you an explanation of my personal life anyway. So but you can call me that, and I wouldn't be like, oh my god, that's false. It's not hominem. How dare you? For me. That's like Bloodsport. You can insult the other person. You can bring anything you want of their personal life, and you know that you're gonna be there in some senses. Obviously, there's like some decorum. I think that people follow in general. There are things that are pretty bad to bring up. For example, I would say, why would you bring up the deceased kid of a person, right? That would be a stupid thing to bring up. But otherwise, I don't have. For me, that's what that blood sport means. It's like anything is above the belt, you can go ahead and bring almost anything up. But it has nothing to do with trying to overtake another person or anything like that. It's more about being bringing that part of the entertainment value, which is the the pretty much the hits below the belt and the autominums and all of the personal attacks and all of the shit that you can.
I I I I can see where you're coming from with your definition of blood sport. It very ours, me and yours only differs from the I think it's okay to talk over people, because it comes from the Kumite. You're right. And then when Andy Worski and Ralph took over, there was a little bit of talking, but when somebody spurred the fuck out and absolutely shut down, Ralph and Andy would put a stop to that. And then so did Second people. And like I agree with that definition. If you're gonna allow people to talk over, that's fine, but you don't want somebody to spurg out like they did on the Kumite, because that destroys the content and then people talk over. Like chat really loves it when you talk over each other and everybody's talking at once.
Well, we're
Yeah,
talking about
they just
two separate incidences, aren't we? The
Uh,
Trippy Cat versus the Sarah thing. That's
well,
two
it's
completely.
it's
yeah, they're
kind of
different.
it's kind of the same though, isn't it? Because didn't the same exact shit happen both times? Like with people talking over each other, and like my thing with the Sarah is Rob giving her the ultimatum, it's me or them, and that's kind of gay. But if she's being biased, if she really is being biased, which I didn't see, and I haven't seen that pattern myself, but there are a lot of people accusing her of it, and people don't just accuse you for no reason.
Well,
I'm willing
I'd say
to hear that
this.
out.
Well,
I don't
I
think.
accused her of being biased before towards Andrew, and I understood after a while why that was, because of the business relationship.
I
But
can say this, okay? I don't. There is nepotism, and if you, I don't know if you checked Andrew's stream, but if you check Andrew's stream, he pretty much talks about nepotism, and he's like, "Yeah, this is nepotism, and this is my boy,
Yeah,
and I'm
and
not gonna." And this person is pretty much part of. Was propped up by the Crucible, and it's pretty much part of the Crucible, and we've been working with this person, and you know what? I'm done with it, and we're not gonna do it anymore. And I'm
and
okay
that's
with that.
completely fair though. That's completely
Yeah.
fair, because if you have a business, you have an organization, and you're gonna have some nepotism in favor of your people and people that you prop up. And if somebody who you're propping up, if they really did
Mhm.
prop up Sarah that big, I don't think they did, right? But she did
Well,
lose what, like 2.5K subs. That's a big chunk, and it will hurt Sarah in the short term. In the long term, I think she'll be fine. But the thing is, you have a
well,
right as an organization to pull your people out. I'm
it
fine with the Crucible
depends.
doing that.
It depends a little bit how much is going to hurt her. We don't know yet because there's still like debates lined up and other stuff lined up. But there's gonna be a bunch of people that were connected, especially from the right, and that she believed she had like a monopoly pretty much on debaters, and she was trying to get the people on the left that are not gonna go there or not gonna be that available anymore, and that is gonna be a problem for her when it comes to the debate, to setting up the debates and everything. So we don't know. I'm not sure how much it's gonna hurt, and I'm not gonna come here to try to hurt her, say that she should be hurt or anything like that. I'm just giving my take on that specific thing.
That's fair. The
When
thing about it is, I agree with what Grid said about because monopolies are big gay, and Sarah did kind of have a monopoly on the debate
Mhm.
sphere. And I agree with Grid is it allows smaller creators to now host debates to have the chance to grow. That's a
Yeah.
fact. But I don't like the way Sarah was done. And
yeah, that's fair. I think that's completely fair.
because like honestly, they have every right to fire Sarah and to not have anything to do with her, but it should have been done privately.
Well, that is the thing, and this is where I will disagree with you. No, it couldn't be done privately, and the reason why is because she made it publicly.
How does she
If
make
I
it
go-
public?
She didn't make
Oh,
it public.
Hold on,
She
Chuck.
wasn't the
Hold on,
one
Chuck.
Well, yeah,
reading
yeah,
emails.
she made it public because
Hold on, Chuck.
the reason why all this. In fact, if you listen to them, it's like nothing would have happened if she wasn't
I'm a retard.
publicly.
Sorry.
If she wasn't. Okay, Beth. Thank you. The Mexican
Andrew
retard,
Wilson
man.
is right about women. God damn it! You've made me say it twice
Ah,
in 2 days.
I closed the wrong tab. I'm sorry.
So, the person who was on panel, the person who shouldn't be on panel, making fun of the person she's working with during that night was Sarah, and it wasn't the other way around. And I know it's like, oh well, but she was just hanging out. It was, yeah, I understand that. But
Did she
the
did she
whole-
work? Did she actually work contract or W-2 for Andrew? If she did,
No,
I agree with you 100%. If she didn't, she was a free agent, completely able and willing. And
Yeah,
because
yeah.
she did that, Andrew has every right to say, you know what? It was bad for my brand. You attacked someone that you attack someone who is a
No, but it's-
group who is a member of the group that you work with and we give good grace to. On that aspect, I still think it should have been handled privately because she is a free agent. Now, if she's a W-2 or a contractor working directly with them and she made it public, well, then I guess it is what it is. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. But if she is a free
Well,
agent exercising her
it.
freedom,
Nah, I agree. Well, freedom doesn't come with. You know, I would agree with you when it comes to the idea of the freedom if we were working on the idea of free speech. But we already had that debate, and the debate's done. At this point, the debate is no, we're gonna go ahead and cancel anybody. And as long as we don't like what they're saying, it doesn't matter if it's in the free time or not. It's free. It's it's
well,
free
it
reign.
goes with. Yeah, you're doing what I do with the people who are anti-slavery, and then they talk about states' rights. I'm like, oh, let me send you your gray uniform. Welcome to the Confederacy. Glad to have you amongst us. Too bad we lost the fucking war because of you people.
Yeah, pretty
But-
much.
States' rights don't
did
exist
we?
anymore.
Yeah, and I understand. I understand how it can. I would say feel, even though it's a stupid word, but I understand how it may feel when you're talking about like rights and being free speech and all this
But
kind of crap.
it's not even really a rights thing, right? It's
Well,
just
it's
just because you
it-
associate with someone and maybe
Yeah.
make a little bit of money. If you're not an employee, you're not obligated to hold the values of that company or that organization, and that
Well,
sets a
but
very
at that
dangerous
point is-
precedent.
at that point we're talking about a free association, right? And it
Yeah,
goes
and that's
both
why
ways.
I say that's why I say no matter what, Andrew is completely within his rights to cut her free. I just think
Yeah.
because of that freedom of association, it should have been done in private.
Right.
I think it's I think that it came out publicly. That's the problem. She would have been, if she would have gone to fucking, if everything would have been private, like I saw this kind of crap and I don't want to be with these anymore. I don't think any of them would have done any of this kind of stuff. But the problem is she pretty much criticized him directly in a public stream, and then the public stream became like a big thing. And there's no way that you can in these kind of spaces that it's the internet.
then-
All you have is it's a PNG of the person, even if they're moving. There's nothing else. So all you have is this kind of feeling based reactions anyway.
Well, the thing is too. I get where you're coming from, and that you're kind of changing my mind a little bit about the handling it in private because of. But the thing is, Sarah didn't do anything all that bad. She didn't tell, because you remember I was part of that panel. She didn't tell us to go over there. Flo didn't even tell us to go over there. Whether it would have been on Sandal's panel, yours, Abe's, the very next time I got the chance to talk to Rob, the only thing that would have been changed is it probably would have been kinder, gentler, and more measured in what I said. Now,
Well,
Landry and AJ, I can't speak for them. I can only speak for myself. I genuinely agreed with Rob and was angry that somebody who I agree with, who I literally told Flo, you're going to get your ass beat in this debate. Boy, did I look fucking dumb.
No, he got his ass. Like the 10 minutes they had on their own. What was the argument? Oh, we shouldn't enforce law because people will get their fifis hurt because we haven't done it in the past. Like
Yeah, no, it was
shit.
dumb. It was dumb, but overall, he fucking rage quit the debate, and that makes the good shit he did null and void.
What made it look bad was he muted up and then spent 10 minutes talking to his audience instead of paying attention to the debate. Then he rage quit, and as soon as something was said about it, he popped back up and did the same thing. Muted Trippy and commenced to relegating to his audience.
Apparently, I am wrong. She did tell AJ to go talk to him. I know she told Flo.
Yeah, I know she told Flo.
That wasn't telling Flo to go troll.
Yeah, no.
That was telling Flo you should go speak to him.
Yeah,
Well,
she was trying to like be make connections rather than turn down.
Okay, the way that it look, because it doesn't matter if we're gonna be technical, it doesn't matter at this point. The way that it look is they have a bunch of people he had a debate with. He pretty much quit the debate. He was mad about it, and the reply from the panel not only was to pretty much keep bashing him, which I think would, if that was the case, if you would have just bashed him, I don't think there's gonna be any problem. But then also went on to troll his channel, and at that point, that's why everybody got pretty much on their feelings. And there is no way in which you can, if you look at the interactions, and I'm not talking about you directly, Orthodox, but if you look at the interactions from the other guys, because yours was like, you came in, you give him a harsh criticism, and then you got booted. And then the other person on the panel, they didn't get with the criticism. They were just trolling him. And at that point, yeah, you can just tell him. And then,
that was gay.
And I don't know if it was there or if it was in another point. But when Flo pretty much said, "Oh, that's AI," that's another big fucking troll. And it's like, yeah, at this point, is why would you even try to engage?
Well, then that now here's the thing, right? Here's where I think everything is getting stupid. Is Flo and Rob are both posting disingenuous shorts about each other, taking each other out of context, selectively editing. And
okay, I'm gonna give you.
I think it's dumb.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one thing, and this is something that people will not understand if you're not an editor. When I make shorts of Grid, I don't ask Grid what the fuck short he wants me to do. I do the short that I want, and it's my interpretation, maybe, and it's be my way of doing it. So they are kind of responsible at the end of the day, because when I put up something,
they don't have to play it. They don't have to choose it.
Well, they will receive the brunt, because I post, for example, I post the videos, I post the shorts. But if something comes out of those shorts and people start complaining, they don't complain to me. They complain to
Grit, because his name's on it.
Yeah, and as it should be, you shouldn't go after the editor, because the editor is the employee. The person who is running the channel or the boss is the one who should get the criticism.
Yeah, the criticism here though is that you're pretty much saying, because I'm pretty sure that the one that actually does the videos for Flow is Flow, but the videos that does the videos for Rob is not Rob. He has an editor that does it, and I
Doesn't
think
matter.
there is a no. I understand that. As I said, the responsibility is on Rob, but
Yep.
the people that Flo got mad at wasn't Rob when when the videos came out from Rob's channel. The editor made the videos, and they were. I can agree to a certain extent that they were kind of disingenuous,
I
specifically
I
when he said I made the whole thing up.
I get what you're saying. Is you're saying that the difference is you're saying Flo made his video directly. Rob
Mhm.
didn't make his video intentionally disingenuous. His editor did. Is that what you're trying to put out?
Yeah, and I do think that was the case. And I when I saw the video from Rob, my first thought was, oh, this is not gonna. Somebody's gonna get mad at this fucking video.
But
And
here's the thing: Rob didn't have to post that, right?
Well,
he didn't
again,
post it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Emmett just covered that. Emmett said
Uh,
as an editor,
doesn't
the
doesn't matter.
editor. Yes,
It
it
goes
No,
out
does.
under Rob's name.
But
yeah, I agree.
the context does matter. Rob could have put it down or whatnot, but he also
Yeah.
pays his editors. The simple
Yeah, yeah.
fact is Flo retaliated, so why would Rob pull it down?
Well, the thing is, I don't believe that before the whole debate, Rob understood how mad Flo was, and that was a miss. I think that's a mistake on Rob's, but it's also an
I
idea.
I don't agree with that because Rob's been watching Flow State. Everybody knows how Dusty is. Okay, all of us know.
Yeah, but
And
his behavior is his own responsibility, and Flo will tell anybody that.
Dusty
Mhm.
doesn't hide who he is or how he's going to react about anything. So if you're going to interact with him, you need to be prepared and consider you might be catching
Yeah.
that, if you know what I'm saying.
Well,
So I
that's my
mean,
criticism of Rob. If you've seen my criticism of Rob, is why would you
I
even
got.
accept that
I
debate
came
Emmett
if
in
did
late.
say
the
I'm
that.
sorry. I
well,
was wrapping.
why would you even accept that debate if you don't
Yeah.
know who you're going to be debating? It's a bad idea, and it's you know when I debated Grace Thorpe, my demeanor and the way I acted, and even the way I conducted myself during the whole part of the debate was completely different than when I do a show or when I talk to anybody. And you can see it, and people hated it, but I tailored my debate strategy specifically to Grace because that was my job as a debater. So I understand where everybody's going from and the ideas behind it, but if you don't if you kind of need to be able to read your opponent to be able to get there. And now the whole point of this and the reason why I just want to give the take about it in general is I don't think anybody is like I've seen almost all of the videos, and in reality the whole thing is like kind of it was kind of dumb. um One side accepted the debate they shouldn't have. The other side was came up with that debate, and it was a shit show. And at the end of the day, the whole situation escalated, specifically because of the trolling at the end of the after panel. And at that point, there was like everybody was already on their forks, and everybody was gonna go ahead and shoot the shot.
The the
And there's nothing you can do.
the
Yeah,
trolling
that's
that
the thing. The trolling. One second, Beth, and I'll give you the floor.
sorry.
The trolling. The trolling we're seeing is perfectly par for the course for internet, behavior.
Yeah.
And it's not one sided. All sides are engaging in it.
Yeah.
And it's fine. Like the trolling's fine. Even the
It,
disingenuous shorts are fine to each other. The issue is the behavior of the debates and the moderators. And we need to nail that down. I think we should nail that down and be as
well,
genuine as possible.
let's talk meta for a second. Just 1 second. This is going to be a meta conversation of why I think this should be done. When you see lefty spaces and they have their moderators, the moderators will debate you if you go as a right winger just to get a one up on you if need be. They will run the fence and get every single. They'll do anything they can. They'll kick you off the panel. They'll do whatever they can to get the boys, which are the lefties, to be there. This happened to Rob with Wick. He went on to debate Soy Peel. Soy Peel was a disingenuous frick, and instead of being like, being like, hey, why did you do that, you fucker, or anything like that, Wick ran the fence for him and kicked Rob, and pretty much they stopped working after that. And if we're gonna be doing an actual, if we want to have on the right an actual power and be able to use power to our benefit and to be able to use authority in the way that it should be used, I don't see any fucking problem at this point of having our own spaces with the moderators that we want, that in case B will go on and tell a fucking lefty to shut the fuck up if need be, because he is being a fucking spurg. And
you know what? I agree with you.
This is the meta. That would be like the meta analysis. So if you have Sara, which is supposed to be linked to the Crucible and is supposed to be giving this kind of right wing lefty and have this idea of the moderator without bias, fine. But if you're not willing to go with the Crucible, I don't see why there should be this kind of priority towards her in that case.
Yeah, no, again, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. The Crucible, if the purpose is right-wing unity and having a uniform front, I'm 100% behind that, because we need that. And I don't give a fuck if that pisses Flo off. I don't give a fuck if that pisses anybody off. If we're doing right-wing unity, if us right-wingers decide we want to do that, and you're a libertarian or a centrist, or you have principles that may not align with right-wing unity, that is your prerogative. And if that's what we're doing, if we're doing right-wing unity, hell yeah, I'm all for it. I've said on multiple panels we need that. But if we're going to have a neutral platform for left-wingers and right-wingers to engage, you do have to have, and this goes to Sara or anybody else, you do have to be as neutral and as balanced as possible. You don't want to push people on either side away. And if you are showing some type of bias, you should be called out for it, and there should be repercussions. I personally, I don't know I don't know a lot of these people that go on Sara's panel. From what I've seen, she tells everybody who spurgs and overtalks, shut the fuck up. She's done it to me. Krabs pointed out that there has been some bias in favor of Andrew, which I witnessed, about him not being able to be bought off.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think there should be some kind of bias towards Andrew.
That's where you're wrong.
Part of the thing. Why? Why shouldn't
because
he have bias?
You're running a fair panel. You don't show favoritism.
No, there's no such thing as a fair panel. Everybody has favorites. Even here, like, even on my I can tell you this, my panels, I have favorites.
I have favorites. The three people at the top I fuck with the most, and then Beth is my co-host. If I don't like you, you don't come on my panel, or if you aren't for the topic, I don't, like I told somebody just now, like we're kind of having a serious discussion. I don't want anybody who doesn't pertain to it coming up. So like if I don't really fuck with you, I don't really bring you up.
If you guys don't mind, I'd love to chip in some. I've only got about 25 minutes or so, and then I gotta take off.
I will be leaving very soon, Beth, like about now.
Okay, go ahead.
Just final thoughts. I understand what you say, Chuck. I kind of agree in certain senses that in the perfect world we would have this not unbiased world where everybody is in this panel that is perfectly aligned. That's not gonna happen. We don't live in that place, and we do what we want to do, and what I want at this point, specifically after all that's happened, is I want right-wing spaces, and I don't give a fuck. I just want us to be able to do whatever the fuck we want at this point, okay? If fucking Connor comes in and he's fucking spurging, I want him muted, I want him kicked, I want to tell him to shut the fuck up, and I want to do it all over again. If he wants to have a debate, he's gonna come lick my fucking ass, because that's the way I want it to be. Otherwise, he can go.
Well, they do it to us. They do it to us. Yeah,
So
no,
that is
I agree.
that's like my perspective on it. I don't care about this idea of let's be let's be reasonable and let's have these biases. It doesn't happen. It's not the case. As I said at the beginning, we had the debate of free speech. We lost it. Everybody now is beholden to their speech, and there's a speech loss and shit. Let's do it. We can say the N word for a reason, okay? But if you go on my panel and you start saying the N word, I'm gonna fucking report you, and we're gonna fight this game. And I would prefer not. I mean, I would love to just talk, not like a dumbass, but at the end of the day, there's nothing we
Well,
can do sometimes.
so to you, I'll say this: be the change you want to see. Fight against it, even at your own detriment. I try
Yeah.
my best to do it, and I'm in agreement with you, not because that's what I do or what I want to do, but they do it to us. I go to Ryan's and I get bombarded by trannies, and I go, "Okay, sir, calm down. You will not misgender. Da da da. You have to use certain language. No, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck off." And
So,
then like Ryan will bitch that nobody donates, but he'll kick the right wingers who donate off his channel. Go figure.
yeah, I mean, I won't have Ryan, for example, on my channel. I just don't want to. There's the Stillman is banned from my channel, and every single place I go and he is part of, I will ban him too. When I have any kind of power, and the reason is I don't want to be associated with them, and I don't think
And that's fair.
they're good for the space at all. Thank you so much for having me on Orthodox. I gotta
Thank you
run.
for coming up, bro. I appreciate it.
Wish
Good
I
to
got
have
more time with you, Matt.
Another
Maybe next
you.
day.
time.
You got to go for karaoke. You got to catch it. You apparently got to catch it live.
Yeah, well, the thing is, there's N bombs and other stuff being said during the stream that will get me will get the channel demoted in the algorithm, so I have to private them. So
So,
if you wanna be there, but you gotta catch it live.
I do. I'm gonna hit you up on DM about something because I do want to get a clip of me singing or me doing the William Shatner impression of the spoken
Ah, yeah,
It's
I'll
raining
send it to
men.
you. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Send me the DM and just remind me because sometimes I
I got
don't.
you. I'll hit
But
you up after the show or tomorrow about it. Thank you, Emmett.
I need to
sounds
see
good.
this.
Yeah,
See you
I'm gonna
later.
upload it to my show to my channel. Thank you, Emmett.
Good
What
night,
up,
Emma.
bro? And see, this is why, because I fuck with people on both sides. This is why I feel like this conversation is necessary. Because when it comes to the fuckery and the whole Panelverse, Crucible, whatever war, I'm gonna pick Panelverse. But there's also people that are part of the Panelverse that are also aligned with the Crucible. And when people are taking this too far to where it actually means something and it's not just content and jokes and fucking with people, like rage baiting, that's a problem. And it's fucking retarded.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to throw in on this is like, look, so I'm not trying to speak for all women, okay, but a lot of the women that I have spoken to kind of have the same idea as me, especially ones who have been around the sphere for a while and watching things, is that like this is all started out with like stuff that everybody does. Everybody trolls, especially the guys. Okay, it's like a fucking locker room a lot of the times. And they shove and they push and they might punch one another here and there. But it's kind of it's for the par, right?
You're the worst of us, Cat. My bad, man.
You're good. It's all good.
Well, my thing is,
Um,
and I watched this happen real time over at Grids. Cat said all this shit is retarded if you ask me, and
yep,
dudes from the
I was
Crucible
there.
started bad mouthing her and talking shit to her,
Me
and it's
too.
like, it, I had to leave because I got annoyed. I got
And
annoyed. Now,
here's what's bad is that like I spent like almost 2 years watching the Crucible, and for almost an entire year I interacted in the chat and I was friends with a lot of people in the chat, and there were a few things that got said about me that led to a bit of bad feelings towards me, which was really ashamed. I was called some things that I was kind of really put off by, and I kind of backed away some. I still watch, but I don't interact the way I used to. when all this happened, I took the same stance Kat did, where it's like, this is kind of silly. And then, like, when I saw what Sarah said, it made it even stranger to see the reaction to it, right? Especially coming from Andrew, because I think that, at least for a lot of us women, we don't see attacking or trolling Rob as doing it to Andrew. They're two different people. They might
Even if you did it
work.
to Andrew, he has an army of Crucible tards that'll do it back to you. And
And so-
before anybody from the Crucible gets mad, I call any fandom retarded, because look at any fandom and they're the most toxic motherfuckers on the face of the planet, and they're going to defend their god, I mean their content creator, with reverence that you'll see of a fucking medieval crusade. Not that I'm actually attacking anybody who's from the Crucible, because I actually agree with a lot of what Andrew and Rob says.
So, like, yeah, and and I tend to lean that way. I mean, I was a supporter of the Crucible for a very, very long time, and I think things got.
I am also retarded.
We
Retards
already
of the
know
world
I'm
unite.
I think that things got really difficult for me, especially when I started, I didn't take a side. I didn't say one's right, the other's wrong, because I do believe Andrew has, if she is an employee, any employer, I think, should have the right to fire an employee. It's just that simple. Nobody's entitled to shit in my worldview. So
I'll take all you fuckers on. I don't care if it's Steven Universe or the Crucible. Come at me, fandoms. Fuck out, you're all gay. All right, how about that?
but so I said the same thing Kat did, and on multiple streams, like I was really shocked at the number of people who I recognized from the Crucible who were in there, and it seemed like they're looking to see who is saying what, and they go right on attack, and it's like it doesn't make any sense.
They learned it from the head of the organization.
I've been full out. I've dealt with the same thing, Kat, that you watched Kat deal with over at Grids. And I want to give Grid One a huge amount of respect, because he absolutely did. He was like, you guys need to lay off of the women. I don't like this. I don't like how you're speaking to them. You need to stop. All she said was that she thinks it's silly. And,
It is.
You can even take it. Let's just pretend that, we're coming at it from their ideological worldview. Well, we're women, so of course what we think is silly. Of course we're going to think it's silly. Why do you care that we think it's silly? No, instead, now you're coming at us.
1 second, Beth. 1 second, Beth. No one said that. In fact, we've said the opposite here.
Oh yeah, no, they're nuts.
Yeah, no, fuck the left.
Fuck the left.
But if we're going to have a debate platform that is full where people debate, it does need to be neutral. Like I said, I don't watch Sarah. On what I have seen, I didn't see her not be neutral. But if there's a lot of people claiming that she wasn't neutral, there should be no problem getting evidence. And there has been people that has been sending me certain evidence of certain behaviors of why people wouldn't want to what people on the right or the Crucible wouldn't want to associate with Sarah. And that's fine. But but that's not her degeneracy is not the topic at hand. It's the proof of not being non-biased that I kind of want. I don't care about the degeneracy.
There's no obligation for the Crucible to work with her. As a matter of fact, Jake Rattlesnake has been hosting several debates lately. Awesome. Let's see Jake step up and become, their go-to channel for hosting their own debates. Jake's a great guy. I have nothing but respect for the man. there's no need for all of this. This is just like, I mean, come on, and all because of like some trolling and this and that. And like I said, I mean, even for me, it doesn't. In my mind,
That's the hypocrisy and criticism I was talking about to EOD in your chat yesterday when I said consistency. It's okay when a man does porn for gay men, because if you're a man and you do OnlyFans, you're doing it for gay men, even if that's not your intention.
That's right.
You're-
Anybody that
if you're-
watches porn is gay. Yep.
If you do porn and you're a dude, like, it is what it is.
It's a fact.
I don't understand why, especially for us women, having that opinion now all of a sudden like makes us enemies of the state that need to be, you know, labeled as traitors and gone after. While
Women
we're
are to be seen and not heard. Don't you know that?
Well, you know what? All right. First off, Andrew Wilson is right about women. Goddamn. Okay.
Shut your fucking mouth. That's what he said. Women, shut your fucking mouth.
just because I've had a couple retarded moments in the last couple of days, dude, you can't hold this shit. I've been tired. I've been real tired.
She's been having woman problems.
Cut
All
me
right.
some slack. Okay, I'm trying.
Oh shit, it was 5 o'clock this morning we were still talking. I was like, oh shit, I'm falling out here.
Jake Varr, good to see you.
My
Jake's
thing,
a good guy. I like him.
The thing about it is consistency. If people are gonna call Sarah out for their degeneracy, maybe you should call out the guy who did gay porn for his.
That's right.
Fair.
I mean, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. Again, either party's degeneracy is not what's at question here. It's the biasness of their moderation. And if there is evidence, y'all have me in y'all's discords. Hopefully nobody kicked me. If you did, fuck you too. But you have me in your discords. Send me clips of her being biased, and I will gladly play them, and I will question her on them. Like,
are you
I
gonna
only have the side of the panelverse because these are the people that have my back and help me grow my channel and help me find what little success I have on YouTube is because of them, and I'm gonna have the back of the people that had mine. And unfortunately for me, that means I have to walk a very delicate line because some of the people who had my back and helped me with my channel are also on the side of the crucible. But I'm gonna stick my feet in the ground. I'm like, no, I'm gonna call out who's fucking wrong. I'm gonna call out the bullshit as I see it. And if evidence comes forward, then I will change my mind, and that is my right to do so. And I will maintain a largely independent creator because I don't want to deal with the bullshit that I see Sarah dealing with.
Yeah.
Are you gonna play the trippy clip?
Yes, but I'm gonna let Beth get the stuff off her
chest.
Well, just real quick, like I agree with everything you said. Damn it, I had a thought, Chuck.
I'm sorry.
I got a lot.
Hold on, one second. Fair enough, Kazoom. I had that same issue this morning, and because I definitely do want to talk to you about the topic you and I were talking about. I also, if you're still here, I want to talk to you also not only about the homosexual stuff, but the take on misogyny and stuff that you had. I genuinely just want a discussion. I don't want to debate or talk about who's right or wrong. I just want to because I like you, Kazoom, and I want to see why you feel that way and whatnot, because I feel like it'd be a good topic of conversation. Go ahead, Beth.
I also wanted to make it like very clear that like I don't really watch Sarah's channel much. I'm not exactly friends with her. I've interacted with her only a couple of times. So like none of this is me taking her side. like I said, like from the start, I didn't really take a side on it because the whole thing didn't seem like something that needed sides to be taken about.
Why is she a leftist now? Though why is she a leftist now? I don't get that.
Oh my God.
What makes her a leftist? I get why some people say that because I've talked to some people about it. But a strong woman that don't want to bow down to any old man does not a feminist make.
Correct.
Now, if Sarah's out here talking about women's rights and putting dumbass ideas out there, then yeah, she's a feminist. It just because she wants to talk to leftists does not a leftist make. I want to talk to Kazoom about homosexuality and his take on feminism. Does not mean that I agree with him or that I'm a leftist. I'm further right than even Andrew or Rob. Well, Rob for
Or
sure.
a homosexual.
Well, Chucky, you and Flo try to call me gay all the time anyway. Like,
oh, Lord.
I can like and fuck with people who I have different ideas with. Like, I get why Rob or Emmett doesn't want to talk to Ryan. I just like bullying the little fucker. He's like an annoying little brother I give noogies to. I still like him. I just can't stand his ass.
He's like a chihuahua.
If I like you, I'll donate to your shit because a rising tide raises all ships.
I wanted to point out too. I wanted to back up what you were saying about, you know, a woman who doesn't just bow down doesn't make a feminist, and it's like that's absolutely correct. I mean, look, I am 1000% pro patriarchy. I was a very submissive wife to my husband. I am completely anti-feminist, but I do not owe my submission to every man out there. If I were to bow down and obey every man just because they're a man, what is the special thing I'm doing for my spouse?
It's not, and that's exactly how you're supposed to look at it, to be honest. A woman only owes her submission to her father, her brothers, and her spouse.
Correct. So this idea that, you know, I mean,
I'm talking about the roles of women. If you're a sister, a daughter, or a wife, your role in the house is the same. Minus the sex stuff, obviously. But for some of these freaks, still, man, you have to point that shit out. But no,
yeah.
The thing is, Rude. This is where I'm going to disagree with you. I don't think what Abe is saying is Sarah is not worthy of redemption. I think that the Crucible folks and people that are tangentially related to the Crucible is saying that Marte, I believe it is, who did the gay porn. I don't want to put that on anybody's name.
Yeah,
Marte.
Marte is repentant about it and has stopped that pattern of behavior, while Sarah is still showing a pattern of negative behavior. I think is their point. Our feminist art. Don't say that while Casper's here. You might ruin their relationship they've rebuilt. Casper gonna get up here.
He will too. Where is Casper? Come yell at me.
Shit! Speak of the devil.
Oh, Steelman, yo,
Ooh.
Lord, he wants to. All right,
he believes in
we're gonna do
incest.
this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Steelman wanted to yell at my mods in Discord and call them a bunch of names. Nobody banned him. He left on his own, but he's acting like he got banned, and now he's sending me messages saying like, "Get away from me! I never knew you.
Thank you.
Workers of lawlessness."
Oh, Emmett, would you like some power here, Emmett? Here you go, Emmett.
Can we ping Emmett's location, please?
No, Emmett's a based one. Emmett, you now have a Blue Lobster call of power.
Emperor Emmett.
Abe also should have had one. I don't know why Abe didn't. I could have sworn I gave him one. But you and Abe now both have Blue Lobster claws of power.
I'm just saying it's unnecessary, Steelman. I don't know what your problem is.
But no, like I don't see. Steelman's the type of person. I don't know his political beliefs. I don't know if he's
Left,
a right winger or a left winger,
lefty,
Hippie.
lefty.
but that's the type of person I don't fuck with at all, and especially when it comes to talking to or debating, because they don't do anything in good faith. They just run their mouth. I've
OG.
offered I've offered on more than one occasion for him to come up here and talk to me, but all he's wanted to do is woo bang and talk shit from the chat, and then he wants to comment on everybody else's Discord. Orthodox guy, Orthodox guy, censors his chat. I'm like, yes, I'm a fascist. I censor my chat. Oh no.
OG, he calls me a tyrant. I can't even imagine how bad you are in his books.
Well,
Like-
Steelman believes incest is best.
Ah, shit. I gotta go, guys. I have a debate. I'll see you all later.
All right, Beth.
If you're still on when I'm done, I'm gonna come look and see if you're still on when I'm all done.
I think I could agree with that take somewhat, Kazoom.
Later, guys.
Yep,
Fight
I'll
the man.
agree with that.
Fight the lefties. Try not to, try to duck and cover. Good luck. I'll see y'all later.
All right, Beth.
Here's what Trippy said on the situation.
I was up until 6:18 in the morning because I had gotten word that a certain person was very upset with me. A certain person named, I don't know exactly who, to be honest, at this point. It's fucking impossible. But I know that I think Rob Norr was kind of a little bit pissed at me, but not like to where he was going to attack or anything like that. But he was more or less, I don't know. He was being kind of a dick from my point of view on the Thursday show. And Rob jumped on, and I think Radical Coder cut him off a couple times. And then Rob was like, I'm not going to be cut off. I'm going to get cut off. I want 5 minutes apiece. I want 2 minutes apiece. I want this many minutes. And that's fine. He didn't know my show. He doesn't know how I do shit. And I don't know how he does. Well, I've kind of watched Rob do some streams, but I guess his overlord Andrew Wilson decided to mention me, which is fine. Like, it's like this: the way that I am, I get along with about 99.999% of people. If you want to use your subscriber number to try to get gains on my channel, and you want to use your subscriber number to try to act as if you're somehow more important than the other people that are on panel, you're very sadly mistaken. Now, I can't say that that's what Rob did either, right? I'm trying to be as fair as possible here. But Rob did come on and then refused to talk or listen to what any of us had to say. So,
Correct.
there you go.
I think Trippy had a very measured response to all of this, given the
And they're
fact
not-
that it went down on his panel.
And they're not even attacking Trippy.
No, and
They're
you heard
This is all
you heard-
about the Sara shit.
Well, you heard that Emmett said that that Rob was planning on reaching out and has contact information. So the shit with Trippy, the whole he disrespected Trippy is kind of a non sequitur now because they're talking it out.
Yep.
So what's up, Landry? What are you?
And I'm sorry, Rob doesn't have
man.
blonde hair and blue eyes.
Why is that? Oh, is that for Ortho? Because he likes the blonde hair, blue eyes? Is that Chuck? Is he responsible?
It was a reference to the old adage from World War II: blonde
I
hair and
figured.
blue eyes.
I figured.
Which
no,
was
man,
a
but,
lie. Stop being a boomer.
I know.
You're a boomer, Chuck. Get with it.
Everybody's welcome on my panel, Abe.
You might get some pushback, dude. There's a whole. It's crazy for me to see it. It's I don't understand it at all, but it's okay. We got to just do what we do in this life, and the rest will be figured out later.
Everybody's
I
gonna
took it too seriously for so long.
Everybody's gonna troll everybody. So I mean, if people are gonna troll, people are gonna troll. It is what it is.
Yep.
But what's your take on all this? Let's not troll on this panel because this is like a semi-serious discussion on the topic.
Sure, yeah. So I'm not too familiar with a lot of it. That's the thing, right? To where I've very much been. I don't really know too much about tomato. I just you know my opinion about sort of the larger panels. It's
I didn't say that, Broski. I'm talking about people in general. If they're gonna troll, they're gonna troll. I don't think you troll. I think you're pretty genuine.
yeah, Abe, get with the program, Abe.
Hey, Abe is the homie. Abe has a wrench over here. Right, the wrench exceeds to the panel.
I like that though. Somebody said Landry is restarted. Restarted.
All right, but what's your serious take on all this Landry?
I mean, what do you like? Which aspect of it? Just
For instance, you and I, they're gonna say that you and I trolled. I didn't go over there and I told you this on Flows. I didn't go over there with the intent to troll. I had legitimate harsh criticism how he handled the debate because somebody I agree with, somebody that I told Flo that I thought was gonna beat his ass in the debate, kind of let me down. So I was a little bit angry, very angry.
yeah. So
And
I definitely was confirmed and will admit to the trolling nature of it because obviously I got a text from David Wayne, saying, "Hey, Flow State made," and I also heard Flow State say it. He wanted me to make that Pillsbury Doughboy thing. So, and I jumped in there, and I didn't have anything to say. That's why I did so bad. I didn't really have anything to say to him because I don't know anything about Rob Norr. I just know he's a conservative. But now that I'm looking back into his past and sort of where he came from, and like I'm learning more about him, and I've seen some of these clips where he kind of loses his shit. I don't know. I don't really find him too appealing, but it's just the talk of the town this week. And if that's the thing, right? I can't force people to be interesting to me. They have to sort of naturally come into that space. And now it kind of has happened just as a weird accident. But I still think, okay, Andrew Wilson, I listened to a lot of him today because I was editing a music video, and I was falling asleep, dude. I had him at 2 times speed, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, he's just very, very serious and depressing. And I know I'm going to get pushed back for that, but I mean, I find Rob at least more interesting than Andrew Wilson. I'll say that.
Is he talking on mute again?
did Landry die?
No.
Well, different strokes for different folks. I mean, you don't have to like a person, I guess. But I mean, I tend to agree with Rob and Andrew because we're all right wingers.
Mm-hmm.
And I find the politics, even if I agree with it, boring. So I don't watch a lot of the political content.
Yeah.
But you can't say that Andrew is boring because he does have quite a large audience for right wing YouTube.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it's just, like you said, to each their own,
I had to pee and I was listening to Landry, and I'm just like, damn, did he die?
Sorry, I just finished my thought, I guess.
It's all good. So are you going to continue your trolling campaign because it's content, or are you gonna try to engage with them?
Oh no, I was going to talk to him. He said I should call in tomorrow. I'll have a conversation with him. I mean, I'm just I believe that it's a certain style of artistic creation and creativity that I just have fun doing. Like I just have it brings me joy. Not the AI pictures of him.
Hey, we don't talk shit about Vanta over here, or Vanti, all right? Brittany Vanti got them gazongs.
Who's Venti?
Don't worry about it. You'll go on another rabbit hole.
What is Chuck's thoughts?
I gave my thoughts earlier. This whole shit is silly. And to play these power games, as one side is trying to do, is ridiculous.
Well, both sides are trying to do it. Both sides are trying to do it. And
But
it's gonna wind up fucking over everyone who gets involved.
Yes.
How?
And if they're trying to bring the right together, they're damn sure doing a piss poor job of it.
Well,
It might
some of the hold on now, some of the people involved are not right wingers. Like
in what
that's a fact.
in what regard?
Well, Flo and Ryan are not right wingers. Flo is a centrist, and Ryan is obviously radical left.
Flo is a leftist.
Well, exactly. Well, even more so. Even more so.
In case you hadn't figured that out yet. He calls himself a libertarian, but I think he's more left than lib.
Fair enough.
But that's just my viewpoint.
And ain't nobody backing down. If people want to attack me, and then use other people that I fuck with to attack me, then I'm gonna troll and have good fun. But right now, on this particular panel, I'm giving my honest feedback and my honest take on everything that's been discussed in the past 2 days.
But so you feel as though it's very serious, I sense.
Yes, the dog pile is getting bad.
Yeah, it's getting
I guess
more
I
and
don't know
more
about
serious.
these
It's
details.
getting more and more serious the longer it goes on.
So the dogpiling
There's against both sides.
Okay.
Because now we're instead of trolling or making light of or poking jabs at, we're getting into personal matters. We're getting into people's personal business relationships. And I say we, I use that metaphorically. I'm talking about the two sides. The ugliness is starting to come to the top. And now we're choosing sides. Who do we stand with? By golly, how dare you stand with that person? Or how dare you stand with that person?
Well, that's just always happening online. And I kind of was mind blown by that before this happened. And just with the grouping up, I'm sure y'all have seen it, right? In this space too.
Yep.
Don't
at the
talk
bottom
to
of the bottom of YouTube, and this is just on an exponential basis now.
It blows my mind though, because I really just don't know. I still don't get really what compelled him to. So do you think there's like a phone call, like a hey, Andrew, this is what's going on, and that's what caused that video? Because it seems like that's not his normal style of.
Well, got an email. Rob got an email from Sara, and she was conveying her thoughts on his performance on her show. And then all of a sudden, Andrew's involved. Rob's reading the email on live stream instead of keeping it, like OG said, instead of keeping it private.
Okay.
The private should be private, but they're bringing personal, private shit to the forefront, which isn't good for anybody, and dragging everybody along with them. That's just my viewpoint. I could be wrong.
Welcome to the show, Walt. How'd
Walter
you hear
White?
about the show?
How you doing?
Oh, it's I know him.
You do?
Yeah, it's Limestone something.
Oh,
Right.
legal hustling's what I got on my.
Oh, that's
page.
David Wayne's friend.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. That is not what is on your
He's a good dude.
Yeah,
That's not
I don't
what's
know.
on your name tag.
Oh yeah, I haven't figured out how to do everything correctly yet.
Well, in this universe, you are a penis until proven otherwise.
Yeah, unfortunately, you are a willy waiting to happen.
Dude, the third day I was ever known Jack, I saw a black Wayner on his panel. It was like, wow, what did I just get myself into?
Well, no, that's the thing. Like I'm, like people get mad because I don't like let people up if I don't really know them. It's like because like NC Nemesis on Kev was like Orthodox guys and F slur because He blocked me. I'm like, bro, you literally showed gay porn on my stream, the very first stream I did, because
and
you
they get
wanted
so
to talk
mad. It's so
racial stuff
crazy.
and got BTFO'd by a black
Well,
guy.
what I've seen today is that you're a professed NAZI.
From who?
I'm gonna have to go back and look. And they were just claiming that he's professed to be a true blue NAZ, and it repulsed me.
Was it a Crucible member? Was it a tranny? Was it
It wasn't a tranny. I'll have to go look though. And I don't know. I don't know the quote unquote crucible people by name or by what have you. So I'm at a loss there. I will go look and let you know what, who, what, where, when, why, and you can tell me if they're crucibles or panelverse or.
Oh, I don't give a fuck who they. I don't give a fuck who they are.
I know better though.
What they really said. Well, I'm a National Socialist. If they want to say that, that makes me everything that propaganda gets called that, they can. I don't think that without National Socialism you can really run a country. You have to invest in your own people and protect your own borders, protect your own industry. That makes me evil, so be it.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like, even as someone who yesterday, all I said, because I was trying to report on that thing, not even report, I was just trying to document it. And then I said something about leaning right, and Mitch just lost his mind, dude, for hours, days. And I'm like, dude, you have to lean one way. I mean, I can be as centered as I possibly can, but nobody can not lean a little bit. So it's crazy.
Well,
we all lean.
The thing is, like, where Emmett brought up with like leftists, like the leftists do right wingers wanting right wing spaces. Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I don't, like I said, I don't care if that pisses Flo off. I don't care the Ryan off. I don't care if that pisses anybody off. Yes, right wingers are entitled to their own spaces where they can make the fucking rules, just like the left are. Now, if you want to have a neutral meeting ground for debates and discussions, being non-biased is the way to go. And we should have these discussions. We should have these discussions, but if we can't, then both groups deserve their own spaces. And even if we can, both groups deserve their own spaces. And like I said, my take, and I haven't changed my take at all from the very beginning, because I even said this on Kev's while joking around about the whole fucking going to war for the panelverse shit. Like, fucking the Crucible isn't, or Andrew is entitled to fire Sarah off the rip. Because when you have an organization and you have a business, you have to maintain cultural homogeneity within that business. And if you have somebody that is talking bad about other members of the business, are not working well with other members of the business, you have to be removed. So, again, the only issue that I can foresee with how Andrew handled it is doing it publicly. But even then, Emmett made good arguments for why it was handled publicly. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I disagree with Emmett on that front.
Why?
Because the conversation was happening privately until an individual took private communications and brought them public.
That's not exactly what happened. Rachel Wilson was watching Rob's show when Rob was complaining about it, and she went and got Andrew, and then they discussed it in private.
That's not what I'm talking about.
But then what are you talking about?
I'm talking about when Rob started reading Sarah's private email to him.
That didn't happen.
Messages.
That didn't happen until all this went down. Like, all the stuff that we're talking about happened before that. And
okay.
while I think that's gay, and that shouldn't be done.
Right.
It is what it is.
That was my point. It should have never went public.
But the thing about it is, Andrew is entitled to fire who he wants or not associate with who he wants because of freedom of association.
I agree 100% with that. 100%.
I think both sides just need to sit down, shut the fuck up, and go their own ways if they can't get along. Personally, that's my honest take. But for
I'll
the
agree.
content, for the content and memes, we ride it done. Because like, I have the. It's funny to argue and fight and troll each other. But if you expect me, honest to God, to pick a side, what's the benefits to both sides? Right? The Crucible is showing that you don't have that freedom agency to do as you want if you're even tangentially related. It seems, but then again, Sarah was also getting paid by Andrew. That could also be an issue. And the Panelverse is showing that it's genuinely just about shit talking and joking around and content for content's sake. So it's about what individuals want to do. If people want to be serious and actually do the political thing, then you go with the Crucible. If people want to have fun and shit talk and meme, you go with the Panelverse. If people are actually going to try to make people take a side, and I think that's where it's going if stupid shit keeps on. And I'm gonna go with whatever side.
It's already started. That's what I said is the sad part.
Well, the thing is, I'm gonna go with the side that doesn't try to make me take an ultimatum. Yes, we did that early. We did that earlier in the show because, like, we discussed what was done wrong and what could have done better when Emmett was up here. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have the back of the people that had my back, and unfortunately for me, like I say, there's people on both sides who had my back, so I have to walk a line. That line is not going to be cucking. That line is going to be calling shit how I see it, and hopefully the people on both sides are respectful to that and are principled individuals. If not, well, fuck you. I think the ones that I fuck with are, and anybody else, like I said, fuck you. In all honesty, that's kind of where I'm at. I don't like. There is one point that I don't like about Rob and Andrew, and that's talking shit on smaller creators when they chase Destiny, who has like double or triple their numbers, like millions. I think it's 8 million subs. Like, don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a hypocrite.
Less than 1 million.
Like a quarter of a million in the case of Andrew, like 250,000. And then like it. right under less half than 2,000. I mean, even if you just look at Destiny's on YouTube, right? He has 850K. That's almost 4 times what Andrew has on YouTube. Don't talk shit on smaller creators if you're also chasing bigger creators around going debate me. And like the debate that me and EOD were trying to set up for me and Rob, I'm not going to do the whole fucking Rob is scared to debate me because that's simply not true. I'm just saying the challenge is out there. And I'm not going to chase Rob. I'm not going to chase Rob now. What were you saying, Ike? My bad.
No, I'm just saying visceral knee-jerk reaction here to that shit. One of the things so far that's just caused me to react is, I don't know these people in particular, but fuck that shit, what you just mentioned, right? That whole fucking bullshit about talking shit, about smaller content creators. I did see a clip. You were there talking to whoever the fucking guy was, and he was like, how many people watched you this morning? And I swear, dude, I can fucking crush that guy's head in a fucking vice slowly, like a fucking millimeter at a time. Any motherfucker that says shit like that, like, nigga, fuck you. Like, what the fuck is that fucking stupid childish shit? It's disgusting. It's fucking untrustworthy. It's just like the lowest of the low, right? It's so Now, before I go off the rails here, there's something that you mentioned here about don't talk shit about small channels if you're gonna go after large ones. Well, unfortunately, those two things are part of the same type of person. The person who thinks, oh, I'm up here and you're down there, obviously is going to be chasing after the people who are higher up too, because they're that kind of fucking cocksucker, right? It's that kind of same kind of fucking cock that fucking does that shit. I'm done.
Fair point, actually. But it shows the hypocrisy and the bad faith.
Yeah, I heard it referenced many times when Andrew was talking that, and he mentioned channels by name, and he said, "Yeah, you and your 5 viewers, you and your 5 viewers." No reason for that. To me, every channel got something to say.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. How it works, right? On average, whenever a channel does a live stream, unless it's something like this, doesn't apply to every media network like Twitch and whatnot. It doesn't apply evenly, but on YouTube, whenever you do a live, on average, you roughly have 10% live viewers of whatever your total subscriber numbers. I blow that out of the water personally. I don't know if it's because of networking or I'm funny or people want to troll me. I don't know what the reason that is, but I'm thankful for it. And I hope that I produce content and am a person worthy of that into the future. So, like, the thing is, like, it just is what it is. Like, oh shit, my bad. Because I just pulled up Rob's stuff. I did misread that. Rob has 15,000. My apologies. Only Bill is right.
Now I'm wondering why that shit pisses me off so much. So I can see you have a kind of some kind of an argumentative, logical construction regarding whether it's hypocritical or hypocritical.
Yeah, you died out, Ike. But no, like it's dumb to me because Rob has. If you want to make that argument, like, because Rob specifically made it, who's watching you? My knee jerk reaction, like I had to bite my tongue. That's why I was quiet when he asked. It wasn't that it took me off. Like, yeah, I want to be like, I didn't get a handout from the Crucible. I'm building my shit largely on my own because I want to maintain being an independent player. I bit my tongue on that because, like, I don't want to, because everybody who does a channel works hard at it. If they're successful or if they have an audience of any size, they work really hard at it. And I don't want anybody to not get credit for the work that they put in. That's just not the type of person I am. So I really bit my tongue on that. But for the sake of honesty, that is like my initial first thought. But I'm like, let me just bite my tongue.
What was
Because,
that
like,
number?
15,000.
For Rob?
Yes.
Get out of here.
15.9, almost 16. Destiny has 853K.
Get
The
out.
Crucible has 2,500K. Like, my point is, like, Destiny is magnitudes bigger than both of these channels combined, and they chase after him to debate. And I don't even like Destiny. I mean, like,
I'm sorry. You got 15,000 and you're walking around like you're the cock of the block, please. That is aggravating.
So, OG, just to add, I don't know, how's my audio quality? You mentioned that I cut off.
Your audio quality is great, but for some reason you just cut off when you were talking.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I just wanted to perhaps add, and I'm just kind of going through a stream of consciousness here as to why it infuriates.
You cut off again, Ike.
Is he clipping or is he just losing audio completely? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, or is it a OG issue?
Oh, gee, I told you to quit putting him on mute.
No, I put myself on mute like an idiot. Um, that's kind of my point. What Abe said here, it's a fight to get to 1K. So when you have 15K, that's a lot of time and work.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get in on from my other phone. Maybe that'll help or what.
The point, and Mr. Bill, you can hit the link if you want.
Out.
But my point in saying this is
sentence out.
what, Chuck? What did you say, Chuck?
I was just trying to tell Ike I was telling Ike he gets about a half a sentence out and then his audio disappears.
Yeah, he said he's gonna switch to his other phone.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, Mr. Bill, and you can come up because you actually made an accusation. I believe it was on Crabs. It could have been on Flows that I'm trying to stir up the drama. So I would like you to come up here and defend that and speak to me on that because I don't see how I'm doing that at all. I had legitimate criticism of Rob, and aside from joking around with my friends, I've done nothing to target these people or troll these people involved. But like Abe was saying to you, Chuck, it's a fight to get to 1K. So when you have 15K, that's a lot of time and work, Chuck. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter really how big your audience is.
I understand that. But they should remember where they came from.
Yeah, they should remember the work the work and commitment it takes to building that community and audience. And it's done.
That was my point.
It's done
go
for
ahead.
complete. It's done purely to dissuade you from even talking about them. It is a bitch move.
I mean, come on. Okay, and is my audio better now? By the way,
Yes, it is
okay? Cool.
Better.
So I was just saying, okay, you're putting certain kind of logical framing to the issue regarding is it hypocritical? Is it this? Is it that? For me, I have a knee-jerk kind of visual reaction to it, and I was like, maybe I could at least try to articulate it. And you were getting towards the articulation of these points, right? It's goalpost shifting, obfuscation, not looking at the thing which is on hand, right? And it's something that disgusts me, especially when a man does this shit, where, because I like a man to have his 10 toes on the ground and look at whatever the hell it is, no matter whether it's a logical or argumentative matter or something real, to bring in some bullshit like fucking subscriber count, right? How the fuck am I supposed to trust that person with anything, right? That's a bitch ass nigga. That's a useless piece of shit. I don't give a fuck. Like like I said, I could crush your head in a fucking vice. For a guy standing there shifting the goalposts like that to something that does not fucking matter. Maybe you don't want to talk about. Maybe Mr. OG comes to your channel. Maybe you don't want to talk to him. Maybe you're just on your whatever that day. But to shift the whole thing about, well, how many people listen to you versus listen to me? You already see the framework of some kind of stupid demagoguery bullshit standing on the heads of other people. And obviously it implies that that's their whole framework of value. Hence, they will chase people who have, perceived higher value within this whole stupid hierarchy of theirs, right? And it's ridiculous, right? Somebody comes to you with a point, counterpoint. That's it. This shaming technique, right? Especially when men do it, because again, and this is not just to be a fucking misogynist, right? But there are domains that are appropriate for men to fight in and domains where women fight in. Women are typically within the realm of the social space and whatnot, right? They don't have the muscle mass and all these other kinds of things to do the kinds of things that men will do, right? Hence, they're going to use certain other kinds of tactics, and it's perfectly fine. When a bitch ass nigga does shit like use these tactics, right? And it's a man, I swear, dude, like you can eradicate the whole face of the earth, get rid of all of them, and we would not lose a damn thing because they are useless as men to begin with, right? We don't need more fucking pussy ass niggas running around here playing those kinds of fucking tactics. And I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Doesn't matter. I'm just talking about the principle here. Somebody comes to you about an issue and you start bringing up side issues like, well, nobody listens to you. Who the fuck are you? Blah, 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 blah. Fuck you. And that's it.
And I think that's very fair. Mr. Bill, first off, what I told Flo did not come from Emmett's panel. It come from side messages I had received from multiple people. Did not have anything to do with Emmett's panel. So you're mischaracterizing that. And I even specified that it seems like some people are sending veiled threats, as well as other people, specifically women, being shit talked for saying the shit's stupid, as well as other people, specifically women, receiving messages the same that I did. And I even went over that on the beginning of this, that I don't think all of those were veiled threats. I think some of those were genuinely, hey, I think this shit's about to get blown out of hand, and I typically agree with that. So please, once again, hit the link and defend yourself, or just like fuck off, because I'm not gonna say that's a lie. You may be misinformed or have your own opinion on that, but I did not. That is not what I did.
Man, if I could address Abe, my point was I've worked with a few channels that were 25, 75 subscribers to get them up to the 500 or to the 1,000 mark, which was a hell of a lot of work. And just because you get up there in status, don't forget where you came from, how hard you worked to get to that first 500 or 1,000. It's not easy for any of these creators. If it was, everybody would be doing it.
Well, I don't think that's what Abe was saying. I don't think Abe has any contention.
Maybe I misinterpreted.
Yeah, I don't think Abe
Maybe
has
I
any contention with
misinterpreted.
what you're. Yeah, I don't think he has any like thought either way. I think he was trying to say that from their perspective, it's like I'm here, you're there. I put in more work. And I mean, I guess I can get that, but at the same time, when somebody's bringing criticism and they're speaking facts, I tend to agree with Ike's take on it. Like, don't be a bitch ass nigga and sidebar the conversation. You fucked up. Address that.
Yeah, that was my point. Was trying to use the number count as a leverage tool. Is what my point was. When it has nothing to do with the argument at hand.
Again, Mr. Bill, this didn't come from Emmett's panel. This come from other people in DMs, multiple people, as well as what was told to me was said to other people as well. This didn't come from Emmett's chat. So. Yeah, I had just come from Emmett's chat, and I was trying. I literally was talking about when I mentioned that I was talking to Grumple about the Sara shit and Sarah's employment with Andrew. There's like several different conversation points that you're kind of mixing and matching and pulling from there. So I don't know. Ike, you see that? Alouine wants you to email him when you get the chance.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and do that. Thank you.
But yeah, no, and I
I got
here's the
you,
thing,
Abe.
right? Yeah, and I do want to point this out. Like, if there is to be a debate, and we can't find a truly neutral moderator, I do want Ike or Emmett to moderate it. And I think even Emmett agrees that Abe should moderate it because his channel's monetized. Both him and Emmett are capable of being neutral parties. So if that were to happen, hold on, I gotta let the dog out real quick. Hold it down, or not, or not. Let me get some. Intermission. Go get you some snacks, everybody.
cosmic soldier. Give me space and I'm in a good place. Very serious, mysterious, mind makes right. In for the fight. Starlight out on starlight out on starlight out on cosmic soldier. Give me space and I'm in a good place. Very serious, mysterious, I make right. In for the fight. Starlight out on.
Sorry about the baby making music. I had to go let the dog out. But I think Chuck and Abe are. I think we found a common ground there. I don't know. I think Chuck's internet may have given out. Fair.
It said, StreamYard said, you have been booted by host. I'm like, what the hell did I do?
Crazy. Just come on panel, and we can discuss it.
It's not that hard. Oh, here we go again.
No, I didn't even mean to show that. Let me see. I was trying to do something from the StreamYard. Fair enough. Already taken care of by Eloine.
So people work for other people. When y'all was talking about that Sarah got fired or something, so she don't have her own thing. She just works for a company.
Well, she has her own thing, but they work closely together.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was just trying to figure out all this panelverse stuff. I didn't know what they was doing. So
I just don't get it. Well, I mean, just like and I agree with Abe. I'm all I'm telling people is to stay out of it. I don't take it personal, and if you are a chatter, don't come at people involved. It will only cause more problems. Exactly. And the problem with that too is people like chatters are starting to fuck with each other about it. I paid someone to make it for me. The guy
Was
is
it rude
Nightish.
or Nightish? Nightish?
It was
Okay.
Nightish. Yeah. Rude and Nightish do good work. If I have to say who's better, I think Rude is slightly better. Personally.
Is it Nightish black?
Yes.
Yeah. Heavy set black gentleman.
Well, it doesn't really have anything to do with that. As funny as it sounds, the portfolio of work that I've saw for Rude Cunt Crab on the internet versus Nightish, people tend to like Cunt Crab's work better. Like it's in my opinion, it's very close. I think that it's just it's just like bias of who knows who longer and who the work that he did that Cunt Crab did for. I like the baby making music video. I like the baby making music video that was made. All right, Chuck, hold it down. I'm gonna actually go get the dog back inside. Don't leave this time.
Back inside. Don't leave. Don't kick me this time, fool. My goodness. But no, if anybody wants to seriously discuss this, come on up. I mean, everybody up here is pretty well even keeled. No need to be a woo banger from Chad if you don't have to.
I don't know where I went. I've disappeared off the thing. Oh shit!
I
There I am.
see ya.
Oh, okay.
see,
Well, I was over.
you're
I
still
clicked on a
here.
little message thing. I didn't know what to do to get back. I was stuck. I couldn't see myself.
Yeah, you're still here.
All right, good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on my phone, so I don't know. I'm trying to get still low tech. I ain't very high tech yet.
It's a pain in the ass on the phone. That's what I do mine from. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, working on getting a computer set up to be able to, get on here a little bit better.
Yeah.
Come on up, come on up, come on up, Alawan. We'll keep it quiet. I wish Mr. Bill would come up.
That's what I told them. Anybody that wants to come up and speak, they're free to. There's nothing. Nobody's going to bite their damn head off.
Because I do not recall specifically saying that Emmett's panel was saying that people were going to go after people.
Well, how about this debate con coming up in Nashville? Is anybody going to it?
I am not. I am not. I think all these conventions for YouTubers are a bad idea, and I ain't heard of one that ended positively since I've ever been hearing about them.
Yeah, I've never heard of them until just recently, so I didn't know if it was something everybody went to or if it was just bullshit.
Now we got this
No,
bullshit leading up to it, so I'm afraid it's going to be nasty. Nasty
it does
outcome, I
seem.
mean.
It seems like it does seem like it's gonna be pretty shitty.
Everybody up there fighting or just bullshit.
I don't think. Well, yeah.
Boring.
Sometimes you contact with other channels or have agreements. Yeah, pretty much. That explains the Sarah thing very well. Walt, is sometimes people have agreements to work with one another. Sometimes they have falling outs. Sometimes they have long term. Sometimes it's a one off thing.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know. I was wondering because that's about one of the first few I've ever watched. Panels. I've watched a few. Different ones. But I guess first one I watched where it's like something wild's going on. Everybody's talking about it for a few days afterwards.
Well, I have, and I need to add some more people to it. I thought I had Emmett on there. I have a bunch of channels in the description. I haven't added to it in months, but I have some channels that I fuck with. If you want to look at them, because Abe Dinkus, the gentleman in chat, who is the president. He's actually President Lincoln. He time machined up through here. He realized we might need a great leader, a great unifier of the Union. And we got Emmett and Kazoom was in here. Rube Cunt Crab was in here. The Powdered Dusty, who I've referenced, he hasn't been here today, but he you actually should either find Nightish or hire Rude Cunt Crab to do some edits for you, because if he's willing, they're like great, and even with the with the uh with the what's up, Mr. Bill? Even with the AI songs, like I created an AI song, and Rude Cunt and Crab took the lyrics and the basic run of it through there. You want me to play all of Dusty's panel as your receipts? Okay.
I've been trying to get David to do his own AI songs. He's always about some music all the time.
So before we play this, what's your contention with what I said?
Well, it was going to be something else, but you said that you did not bring up the panel you were on, if I heard you right.
No, that's
That
not
was
what I said. The information that I was talking about did not only come from Emmett's panel. The vast majority, what you were talking about, me saying people were going to pick a side, was coming from Discord messages or DMs from other people.
Yeah. Well,
And then
here,
and then Emmett's panel, what we talked about on Emmett's panel was me and Grid, and my contention with tying you're hitching your post up to other people and not being a free agent.
and you
So
seem to
what's
say
your contention?
the contention is that you thought everybody was picking a side on that other panel. Most people were just simply stating their opinions. I said multiple things in favor of Sarah during that panel. Other people did also, but it seemed like you were saying everybody there that, you know, maybe we lean Rob or whatever, if you will, but seemed to say that
I said everyone.
this whole
I
group of
talked
people
to.
is sort of gathering the wagons to only support Rob and, you know, not to watch
I said
Sarah's
the
show and
people
things
I
like that.
talked to, which would have been Emmett, Grumple, and Grid, which they did. And Emmett even said that
Were they
because
stating their opinions?
his work with Grid, he's going to side with the Crucible because Grid works with the Crucible.
Yeah, but what I guess the definition of side with is kind of the contention, I guess, at that point there. It seemed like you were basically saying that we're not going to support Sarah in any way. Grumple's on there almost every open panel I've seen.
Well,
And
that's
most
not what I meant at all by that conversation.
but if you wanted to play that part, that's what it appears to Flo's people that you said.
And you said it's 3 minutes.
3:18:30-ish.
3:18:30. We'll just play from 3:18 because of people like this.
Oh, gee. Now, my question is, are they really rallying around Andrew, or are they doing it around the other dude?
Oh, no, this is completely around Andrew. Because
Agreed.
Well, it is, but I'm just saying, like, do you think that
is there any contention with that? Do you think it's about Andrew or Rob? We're gonna break it down.
But
Is there any
put Andrew and Rob in the same boat or whatever? If you, I'm not.
Well, I think it has to do with loyalties to the Crucible and business ties, and that's what I'm talking about.
Friendships and things like that, or the main things I heard during the Emmett debate at that point there.
Me and Grid and me and Grumple specifically talked about business ties on Emmett's stream.
Okay.
I can't go back and get Emmett's stream to actually give context, so I'm very hesitant to actually play these quote unquote receipts. But I know Emmett will give it to me if I want it. I hope so. But
I'm not trying to start a fight. I just have my point of view.
You were coming in pretty hot, and I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna fight with you. But there's very much context to the things that I say. And you were there. You were there.
That's what I know. You didn't include me. I was on the panel too. Remember?
Well, I was mainly talking. If I didn't specify, I was mainly talking about the people I was talking to, which would have been Emmett. But I don't think I really said anything to you or the other guy that was up there. I think there was maybe 2 others that were up there.
Something like that, yeah.
But in regards to what I'm talking about here, is specifically talking about what I talked to Emmett, Crumple, and Grid about. Yeah. And nothing I said goes against what they were saying. And then the information that I talk about them going after people, or not even going after people, of picking a side and trolling and shit, that come from other DMs, from a multitude of other people.
Yeah, I don't know about trolling or something like that, but my main thing is, you know, that you say everybody on that part of the panel verse or whatever is circling their wagons or whatever. And what it may be like tomato, and you just got through saying it was only 1 or 2 people on that panel to me, but why didn't you say it was only 1 or 2 people on that panel to Flo's channel? If you play that part, you'll see
because
that entire panel. So that means that entire person, you know, I mean, they could go back and watch other streams and say, "Oh, he was talking about Emmett's panel." So all of Emmett's people are in this box.
Flo,
you know?
I even told Flo and the rest of them to go watch Emmett's panel for context.
Yeah.
To what I was saying multiple times. It's not like if I misspoke or I said something that you don't agree with, it's not like I was trying to be disingenuous as you claimed.
Yeah.
Because if I was trying to be disingenuous, no matter what the words that were said, if I was trying to be disingenuous or scumbaggy, why would I tell people to go watch that panel for context?
Yeah. But you did bring up that panel multiple times before this one here. And then I think
Yeah,
after this one also, but this has been
because
the main one here.
I was talking to Grid and
Talking about
Grumple
two
chimed
people,
in.
two or three people that
So
sort of
are
had this
you
contention.
is your
I'm not trying to sort of fight. I'm
that,
saying it's just tomato and everything. But I wish you said it. You can say whatever you want to say and everything. I'm just saying, if you wanted to sort of talk about, I talked to a few people on a panel earlier, and they seemed to think that they wanted to circle the wagons.
okay, so
I'm not telling you what to say or how to say it or anything like that. But you're sort of making the whole group look bad. That's all I'm sort of saying. I'm not trying to.
I get it, and I can see that because I did do that. I get it. I get where you're coming. You're telling me to not lump everyone on the panel in when I talk to 2 or 3 people, correct?
Yeah, you're saying so
Okay.
everybody. So Flo's going to go over there and look at who is on that panel. He's not going to waste his time
Going through the
pinpoint exactly what you're saying. He's going to say, okay, OG said the people in this panel verse are gathering the wagons or whatever, So he's going to say, oh, those people are potential troublemakers to me or something like that. Right, when you could have said a couple people that I talked to on a panel recently do it at that point. You see what I'm saying? Not a big deal or anything like that.
Okay, I get it now, and in that context, I guess you would be correct because I grouped everyone in instead. That's the thing. I don't take my time to do that because if I'm on a panel,
I know. I don't mean to nitpick or anything like that, but
it's all good. It's all good. I thought you was trying to paint me as someone who's like being completely disingenuous and backstabby. And I'm like, well, fuck this. Fuck you, Mr. Real. I ain't had shit to do with you. I didn't do nothing like that.
I'm just saying, it's like narrow down who you're pointing at. If you want to point at somebody.
Be specific about who you were talking about because
usually you don't talk about other panels.
The wagons.
You don't usually talk about other panels like you said in that clip. You see, is like, I don't know if I'm breaking Flo's rules or whatever by talking about another panel. So you're cautious about that kind of stuff. But I just wish that you kind of sort of said that entire panel seemed to be the bad guys, for lack of a better word. But
see what a little conversation accomplishes.
Nothing.
Yes, that's why I like having conversations and not debates. But I'm very argumentative and an asshole, and I'm very quick to jump the gun.
That's why you get along with Chuck, right?
Yes.
Oh, I can be an asshole. Trust me. Right.
But no, I get what you're saying. I get the contention because I did not divvy up people. I said the panel. I did say that. You are correct.
Yeah. If I don't know if that your chat wants to see any more of what you said in that thing, not to pick at you.
Well, I don't mind playing it, but I concede to your point that I did say that panel. I did say that whole panel. I wasn't trying to make everybody seem like they were like planning on going after people, and that's what I thought you were saying I was doing.
Lauren, you're lucky you're a mod with that Oregon State Beaver stuff. Okay.
But no,
so
now that
picture. Oh no, never mind.
That's why I exactly def not test. That's where I'm coming from. Fuck taking a side. I'm gonna hang out with who I want to, and I'm gonna fuck with who I want to. And if I think someone's right on a particular issue, I'm gonna stand up for them. Just because I stand up for them on one issue, like I think that's like I said, I think that Andrew could have handled this privately. I stand 10 toes down on that. I think that Rob pulled a baby Huey and bitched out in the debate. I stand 10 toes down on that. Now, one thing that bothers me is how I critiqued Rob. I did so in a very negative, argumentative way instead of I made myself look bad while critiquing Rob. That's what I'm upset. I'm trying to get better and do better.
I have a different take on it too, and everything.
You went in there flustered.
Yeah, and then when he was like, well, which one? Well, which one? And I'm like, which one? I got even more annoyed and even more angry at the deflection. And then when the final straw was when he goes, well, how many people watch you? And I'm like, I bit my tongue because like the first thing is I didn't get a hand up from the Crucible. So, but again, my intention wasn't to troll him or to talk shit. It was to deliver my criticism, and I feel like I succeeded in delivering that criticism, but I failed at delivering constructive criticism, which was my intent. But go ahead, Mr. Bill. What's your take on this? I do want to
Well,
give
yeah, I
everybody
agree
a
with that.
chance.
Yeah, intent matters. I should go back to Hillary Clinton and things like that. But anyway, I've got another interesting take too, and I talked to Rob about it on the panel today, and he was nicer than I was about Trippy Cast and how it was handled. You know, at the start of a debate and everything. I'm not the debate moderator, but you've got to know that if Rob's in the same room as Ryan and recently Dusty and everything, that you probably need an experienced moderator, or at least a moderator who has a mute button and who can overtalk them if needed. You know, that's one thing Trippy did wrong by not having that and not being ready for it, not giving her the mute power. She shouldn't have been a moderator anyway. Nothing against her. Trippy's a nice guy, but and why didn't Sarah? She does a great job in her own moderation and everything, doing the panelverse thing, things like that, like how she handles her things. Should she have kind of pointed out, like, if I were Trippy, I would have had a better moderator knowing the people that were involved, you know? But what do you think about Trippy having a little bit of responsibility? Did I mute myself?
No, I was muted. I stepped away to grab a water. I would agree, because for one of the critiques that I gave Trippy in general was that his moderator did not have muting power or keys to his studio.
Yeah.
And she tried to diffuse the situation by over talking and going after Ryan's point, which technically would make her a bad mod, but she was doing it because Ryan was spurging and she couldn't mute him.
Yeah.
So
but
it was you can chalk it up to bad planning.
And the other part of that too is I don't think they knew what Trippy meant by a blood sport panel and everything. Rob, since they didn't really give a definition, I went into Trippy's the other day. He said it's an old school blood sport, like whatever that's supposed to mean. Who knows?
The Kumite.
I guess so, but that's, I don't know, whenever they did that with what's his name before, but it's like nobody knew how to behave. You know, if somebody's getting cut off, what you suggest they do at that point there, you know, that's because you know that's going to happen with those guys in the same room. So nobody kind of set kind of basic ground rules or anything like that. So if Rob doesn't have any basic ground rules, then what's he going to do?
Well,
not trying to give him an out, but since there's no rules to the debate, he can do what he wants.
Well, that's why I don't look down on him for saying, "Hey, I don't want to deal with this shit."
Yeah.
Right. What I look down on him for is muting up, coming in, doing a ShamWow commercial, and then telling his audience that my obligation is just to be here. No, your obligation is to debate in good faith within the ground rules of the debate. And it being my thing is Rob put blood sport debate in his own title. And I assume if you put blood sport debate in your title, you're going to be looking either at one of two forms of blood sport, either the Kumite where everything goes, or Andy Worski / the Ralph retort, where most things go, and if people spurg, the moderators will jump in and mute people and drop people and then get everything reset on a even footing. And that's where Trippy failed, because Nova didn't have keys to do so. And I would agree with you there.
Yeah, it's just like, that's like, let's put that Crockett lady against Stephen Miller in the same room and have me moderate that. Like, what's going to happen? Ridiculous.
Based Abe. But like I think that everybody that's come up on the panel tonight has given their points concise. And I think whether we're Crucible, Panelverse, Sarah, Andrew, Rob, whatever quote unquote side or who we think is right, I think we've pretty much come to a common ground as viewers and participants by and large of the issue. And I hope that the people involved in creating this content listen to what we're saying. Now, when it comes to content, I'm gonna content for content. I think it's funny.
Lauren.
Or
I'll help
gone.
Lauren out there. So you can see that, Lauren. You see that? You can put it on the big
Or
screen if you
gone.
want to, but hey, Lauren, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I got you, Mr. Bill. Here you go.
There you go.
Or gone.
Go Ducks. Go Ducks. Go Ducks. Go Ducks.
But I think that we've all pretty much found common ground in somewhat of agreement, and I hope the larger creators listen to the people. Andrew is completely in his right to run his business how he wants to. Nobody has any right to talk shit on it, on his decision for his business. I stand 10 toes down. I don't give a fuck who it pisses off. But I do think that it should have been handled privately.
Yeah, I can sort of agree with that. But if it was to be handled privately, what would you have done if you were Andrew? I'm guessing you would have sent an email to Sarah. What would you have put in that email or text?
I would have said, due to a lack of company cohesion and thinking on your part, I'm gonna have to cease and desist all
financial transactions.
Well, not necessarily financial transactions, but like support from the Crucible at all. We're gonna have to do a complete split.
Yeah.
Because if you run a business, you have to have cohesion within your organization. You can't have one person even having the illusion of publicly bad-mouthing their coworkers. I don't think that's what she did personally, but it can give off the illusion of doing so.
Yeah, especially when it's public space like this, you know. Abe, I know it just baffles my mind that why would you?
That's
not
the
give
first
a
thing I
moderator?
said to myself.
What
That's
kind
the
of?
first thing I said to myself.
When the other thing, it was Trippy was acting like the moderator, you know, in his words or whatever, and he's supposed to be one of the panelists, you know, like train your moderator. If you're going to make her a moderator, train your moderator, especially in a heated situation that's going to be. It's just, I like Trippy and everything, great, like his cartoons, but just that was just very ill prepared. What's this nonsense? I just like.
Lawrence is not gonna lie. There is little I dislike more than the University of Oregon. A little nothing personal, Mr. Bill. I'm just an alumni of their opposition in the previously named Civil War.
So is my sister and my dad, FYI. That's why they call me the ugly duckling, but we won't go there.
But no,
does this mean I
think
gotta put old Betsy back in the holster?
Yes, Chuck, put old Betsy back in the holster.
Or little Betsy in your case. Just kidding.
Griffey is suffering from letting his woman influence his channel activities. Problem is female intervention. I keep telling Beth whenever women do something stupid or they make a gaffe, I keep saying Andrew Wilson is right about women. I think it's funny. Personally. But I do appreciate the pushback, Mr. Bill. I appreciate you coming on panel and talking about it. And anybody who does have pushback for me or disagrees with anything in the future, regardless of the content or context, hit the panel, man. Because for one, you help me make good content, and a good discussion can help us find common ground and understanding. And that's the shit I live for. But I think we've been going on almost 3 hours. I'm gonna see if Hornet is still live, and I'm going to do a poor man's raid over there. If he's still live, so
sounds good.
I'm not exactly sure if Hornet's live. Let me refresh. If not, we're gonna end it here. And I don't think he's live.
Is the debate still going on over at Dusty's?
There's a debate at Dusty's?
Yeah.
There was.
Supposed to be Beth and Cynthia and Katie and Hinsma.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm having a brain fart. Is Christianity?
Yeah.
beneficial
for
to women.
women.
Good for okay, yeah, we'll do that one because I don't see Hornet live. And I don't see anybody else that it would fit for me to raid because we're talking politics and debates. So we'll do that one. I'll All right, guys. Go hit that link. Hit that link if you want to watch that debate. Thank you all for showing up and showing out. I love and appreciate all of you. Thank you again, and thank you, Mr. Bill. Thank you for anybody who disagreed with my takes for coming up. Thank you for people who did agree. Thank you everyone for the support. God bless you all, and I wish you all a good night. And thank you all for showing up. God bless you all.
Good night, folks.
Starlight outlaw, cosmic soldier. Give me space and I'm in a good place. Very serious, mysterious, mind makes right. In for the fight. Starlight